Fala galera, beleza? Julio na área, tudo certo? Como é que você tá? Beleza? Vamos para mais uma abertura do evento, Counter-Strike 2. Vamos lá, vamos lá. Tá sem som? Tendo retorno de som não, produção do som. É, tá sem som.
You know, that's, I feel like, one of the only rounds he doesn't get a kill so far this CT half.
It's because someone else told him what to do.
Right? Tried to recover a lost situation, kind of hands tied in that moment. Can't blame him. Anytime they come to him,
Pronto,
he
voltamos
delivers.
aí.
That's actually what he said, was he sometimes like trusts his teammates and makes plays that they make even if he knows they're bad ideas. That's a friend.
Nip have tied this game. Off of the back of a CT side we knew they would excel within.
Shush is the kind of guy who kisses his team homies goodnight.
On the
Olha lá, ele já sabe onde que o cara tá, meu.
Wrinkle with a kiss of death to whoever
Já
comes
tá
around that
preparado, ó. Bem no cantinho, para dar no meio da
What
nuca.
if he pre-games the boost this time?
I don't think they'll do
Primeiro
it
que
twice.
aparecer ali vai tomar, ó.
Ooh,
Olha,
missed shot.
eu falei.
Missed opportunity at another 5 versus 4. 5v4 is that Nip have been good at converting. At least here on train. Kaspersky, smoke grenade, makes him wobble in his position. Paravision may be met by a smoke, but I feel like they're still taking a swing at this. You've got Shello out through T-Con off these flashes. They suddenly pounce, and Kaspersky's got good cover back sight, but there's more where the first threat came from. Beltranok and Shello come in with a kill apiece. James gets one over from the E-box, and now he's gonna plant, or at least fake it once. Tries to get that reaction on the smoke push, nobody covers! Snappy's got James off of the bomb plant. AW's gonna get hit soon from the pop dog, and it's a shush clutch queued up, but James gone. So it seems, sits silently as the smoke fades, ready for Shush, and Shush gets
Called out totally.
Pesado.
James did not want to make that a long round. He sacrificed
Pesado,
the ability
hein?
to plant, and Shush has been the star of the show here on the CT side for Nip.
Coming back around to the pop dog threat. Everybody for Paravision kind of finding their own on the approach to the A site, but Shush's flank and a critical error not covering the Z smoke. They were so much more concerned about Icon, Deep Ivy. Tech9 of AW is here on E-box, I think maybe holding Pop Dog flank already, but a beautiful push through to get James off the plant, and then from there, discomfort leads Nip to another round win.
So even when outside is successful, they still have to deal with Shush.
Starting to feel like he is Map 2's MVP. 21 kills to his name. His impact never ending. Rock solid holds, and killer flanks now. T-Con pressure in the form of utility as Nip, with a 1-round lead, can see the finish line here on train.
He's like Zippix with a fringe. How do you feel about that?
Sold. His first clutch of the game, but Sold.
It's on train, okay.
Shello and others group up inside of the smoke. You know, you're hoping Jame can deliver here off
Começa o
this AK.
tiroteio.
Solo
Eita,
AK
começou.
for Jame. And Paravision get a bit of space to work with, but nobody immediately floods out.
Look how creepy they're getting right now.
Kaspersky just leaning backwards, has Ujurks right with him.
How they just disappearing
I love
somehow.
that they paused, dude.
Yeah,
This is
like, they're everywhere, but you don't know that.
Paravision just kind of transforming into the walls, let James start to take contact. Oh, of course, Noda hits a Deeg.
Wait.
And it's not even the AK that comes out on top with a double. Snappy, no, he mows him down. Up onto the bomb site. Threat out from AW, bomb to be scooped back up, and nobody can stop this. It is only Z presence here for Nip. Now the mistakes are starting to be made, but Shush is still alive and thriving. Tries to wrap around to AW, who hits another critical Tech 9 headshot, and it's Noda who started this. Oh, damage is massive. USP whittles down Noda. This is Wrinkle on the clutch. Plenty of time. Gets the Z frag, but Noda's there to end it. And Paravision, as we approach that finish line, step up in a big way.
No way they pulled that off. That tactically was something a little bit different. They somehow got out to the side of Olaf to E-Box. They stole a little bit more space back right there, right under the noses of Nip. Just as they were trying to defend, that was an anti-eco where they felt comfortable for a second, and they kind of came back to clear everything. They peeked from the back of 6. They were peeking from Icon. They were looking from Z, didn't see a damn thing. That was very sneaky from Paravision.
Round 21 on Dust 2. Ninjas in Pajamas didn't close a post plant, let the game go to overtime and lost. Round 22 on Train. They fall victim to Tech 9s and Deagles in the outer yard, and the game is suddenly tied at 11. All of the numbers would have told you Paravision didn't have what it takes to win this map, but they go beyond the numbers in these high-pressure situations.
They constantly do. So frustrating here. Snappy tries to get this 2K down, and I think you see the triple nades coming out the T-Con because they're trying to constantly stop the outside rushes this way. But what Paravision do is they just wait a little bit, come in after, steal as much space as they can get. Oh my goodness. You see that? Okay.
Shush back, battle of the Oppers.
Oh,
James shot. Oh! Wrinkle's gonna go out wide within that moment.
Can't handle those mistakes out of James, man.
Bad flash. It doesn't bounce through. It actually hits the door frame. Luckily, still trades out Shush with just that one.
Somehow he still gets one.
Bomb plants inbound, undeniable. We've got this close Z presence from Shello. And when you've got Shello and Jota, you've got two players ready to thrive in a post plant. Two explosive rifles that have driven Paravision to the limits of stage 2. Shello's down with nothing. Noda still alive alongside AW, who picks up a double. And Noda's got 100 health, gets away from sight. Goes deep, catches Wrinkle, doubles this back over to Snappy instead and makes contact. Snappy's on the defuse. Noda sprays through and stops it. And Paravision sit comfortable on 12.
They took that. They stole it away. No touch fast decisions are the reason they bring that back.
Don't you ever tell me Paravision's odds.
I know. 2v4.
Noda fighting for everything.
Olha, melhores jogadas.
And a flashbang that actually gets Shush to look away, so now I'm second guessing if they like missed that in purpose or...
No, they missed it. They just missed it. There'd be no value in them. They still would have had him turn no matter what.
Okay, but you never know with Jame. Keeps you on the edge of your seat. And again, Ninjas trying to get frisky off of the Shush ramp push. But they've done a good job of keeping that Pop Dog disconnection. They'll smoke off the fire themselves.
It's the same play that didn't work last time. This time was Shush coming out earlier, but is that the guy you want to sacrifice?
He's been so solid for the Ninjas. This is a heavy emphasis. 3 players coming in through Pop Dog.
He's got the bomb. AW wants to give that away.
Like fumbling it away. Bomb does get given to Jane. He's gone.
They're all in on this.
Time for AW, who is going to be under pressure in a moment, you'd assume, but never mind. He also gets away from this.
The way they're peeling back is crazy. It feels like they're going to go B. They aren't going down through Pop Dog, and the CTs, they're going to be wondering.
Noda sat behind that box. They're not going to let their guard down.
They don't see anything.
Now they're starting to run away. Noda hears this. He hears that pullback from Ujurks, surely. But the others remain quiet.
But how can he help them?
Vai começar o tiroteio, hein?
Massive for Snappy. He's
40
got to get the
seconds.
knife out. He's
Vai
got to make his
começar,
move.
hein? Vai
Kaspersky's
começar, hein?
allowed to go back and put that Thomas on the brink of T-Con. If the flank connects, that's one thing.
No.
But they could damn well push beyond. Snappy sees bodies. James is about to be a sitting duck. NIP on the brink of an overtime as Snappy executes from behind and then starts to peel back. AW with bomb, 60 health, takes that one step ever closer to the site as we hit 15 seconds. What if he gets this kill on Zed? How does Noda come back to help him? Noda starts making sound. That opens the door. AW's just lost within this.
There's no chance now.
From that flank out of Snappy, it feels like there's no chance. It's hands busy, but a denial on site, and it's NIP to overtime for the 4th consecutive time in this stage.
You need a damn PhD to figure out that situation properly. They didn't know about Noda the entire time. Noda couldn't figure out how to help. The triple push up Pop Dog. This is just to keep Nip alive. They barely win this with very little guns. The rotation is so obscure to have them go back to outside, but without Pop Dog entirely, just through T-Con, that it nearly caught them off guard. Luckily, Snappy realized with the info that they had and the B player, it must have been T-Con. Even though that looks weird on paper, they had guaranteed info otherwise.
Bro, they fucking confused this, guys.
Yeah, that was just extremely confused the whole time, but it's Nip who should be in control of this game, and they're not.
0 for 3 in winning games in overtime this stage.
Yeah.
They've got to break that curse right now.
It's hard to say who this is a chance for.
We don't expect big things from the T side of Paravision, but we have been able to bank on them beyond regulation.
Another one of these situations.
Similar angle. We've seen Wrinkle hold this before, but fire doesn't quite
Volley's
meet him.
not good.
Oh, but he goes
Come
back
on.
in.
Come on.
Noda hits the headshot through the wall. We've got a man advantage, Paravision. And
Dude.
so many times they've gotten close to Pop Dog, they've never been allowed out. This round could be different.
How did he get that kill?
Kaspersky pushed into T-Con between the two smokes.
Don't let him
Shiloh
out.
has gone by him.
No, this is going to be the round. They're not
Ujerks
going to watch this.
dropping utility, but Shello starts to run. Ujerks gets pounced on. There's one world, slight chance that Kaspersky somehow recovers everything. But by cutting off AW, Shello turns back. Insta headshot out of him. And an icon peak right now. That's one
Olha, de
spotted and
longe,
the
atrás da
head popped.
fumaça, o cara
4v2 to the
matou.
4v1. It is NIP in shambles.
These situations are just ludicrous already. I mean, I can't believe I'm still stuck on Wrinkle dying to a spam after the molly missed. A flash lands where Wrinkle knows he can go for a re-peek, and he dies before he can even peek. Since when can you do that much damage through the wall? The spray is perfect, and then Kaspersky has the right push. But the smokes are too big, and he's holding the wrong angle that doesn't cover that. It's been that kind of start to the week here for Nip. But moments like this are where it just becomes a bridge too far. It'll be 13-12. We start off overtime. Paravision already up a map. And now from the absolute bottom of their map pool, have a lead over Nip on their map pick. A team that before this major began had not beaten a top 20 team. No idea what to expect for them on land besides James. Carving their stories out one map at a time.
Já
Live
preferiu
here
segurar,
at the
né,
Starlight
a
Major.
arma do que arriscar, né? Eu não faria não, tava todo o time vivo.
It's 1 of 3 on a half that rounds could be hard to come by.
Net
Double nade on Snappy, down to 10 health out of the gate.
They know he likes that push.
Yeah, the constant pressure through Pop Dog's been a real feature of NIP, whether it's just the op sitting on the angle or those crunches that try to join up with Shush.
And his reward is the op upgrade.
Good luck. I think still one of the most convincing elements of this defense has been when Shush is allowed to just sit on B and hold back an attack. Even with Paravision come through with a full execute, if Shush is allowed to just sit here, not have to push up into ramp, not have to flank you through Pop Dog.
I think that the Wrinkle support is when it's his best, but he's here really comfortable in the side. I like the setup for sure, and you're absolutely right. I mean, Shush with a little bit of support can perform miracles. We haven't seen him totally fail here. The one difference is the lack of op. We'll see if it matters. But the CT side's a little stiff outside of this.
It is
These
set
two
up
kills,
again.
he's 2v5 on the site right now.
I mean, Shush has to do it. needs to, yet again,
Oh,
called
he's good.
into the action, sitting comfortably in sight. Fast Z rotate, no pounce here from Paravision. They wait for that smoke to fade, wrinkled down with nothing, so it really needs to be Shush. He sits down beneath him on the oil tanker, already going for the fallback, this time with nothing. Not just Wrinkle, not just the rotate, but Shush also falters with nothing to show for it.
The emergency protocols fall apart. Paravision take 2 rounds in overtime on this T side.
14-12 over top of Nip, an NIP who has not been able to close any OT in this stage.
And they don't rely on just one gimmick. They get the nades in that are very pragmatic because it's been pop dog pushes from the CT side. And then they tackle their demon head on. They full on B play, which has never worked until now. They recognize they can't just leave half of the map untested. They have to eventually pull this off in order to win this game. And they finally figure out a way to do it. Nip have to be at wit's end right now. It feels like every day, dying after time. Yes. Every day is more ridiculous than the last. More tragic than the last.
Scrambling for just one round. But, I mean, in a world where Shush drops to nothing inside of that B bomb site, you have to wonder what's left for NIP then. What's left against them? Because we said this T side from Paravision shouldn't deliver, and if we go off of history, there wasn't reason to truly believe. But this is a Paravision that has played 5 overtimes, this one included, at this major, and have yet to lose in OT. Contrast that to the Ninjas, who just can't close it. And in that X factor, that beyond regulation environment, we are looking at a very clutch Paravision with a 2-round lead on the T side of Train versus NIP in a hell of a rough spot, banking on the wrinkle up. They've got all the money still to try to piece this together, but they need a round on this defensive half. They need a round right here, right now. No exceptions.
They're on a quest to prove a million things. They've got to try to prove themselves in overtime, win this map, survive a 2-0, and hopefully it's not a fly quest. Because again, this will be the last. And I don't even. They have another game tomorrow. But it's the problem is the way that they're losing. That's the scary part. Well, if they keep thinking like me, they won't be focused on this round. They need to think about now.
They've got to bank on somebody to step up. Could be Shush again. I mean, uncharacteristic in that last round. He dies with nothing. It could have just been the one-off. Paravision could try their chance again at the B site, and Shush will rip them to shreds. Could be the case.
I like this. They could be very vulnerable to a fake in this situation with nerves at an all-time high.
Leans back. 45. There's the first from Wrinkle. Easy angle as far as he's considered. Oh, damn. Shush gets popped.
Off. Yeah, and they know where Wrinkle is.
Wrinkle just lost his player in front of him, then gets dinked in this minute gap. You've already got other pieces from NIP coming out through the Z connector.
They save so much utility.
Paravision starting to push forward off of the site, and down beneath them is Noda dropped. James is collecting kills here. A double to his name already. Ramp play from AW's doubled back over to the top shelf instead. James just trying to keep himself small within this bomb site, but they're about to pinch him from both ends, and it's another late round impact moment for AW queued up. He taps another
Vocês
diffuser
viram
off
isso,
of a bomb.
chat?
Snappy
Cê
gonna try
é
his hand at this,
louco.
and as AW goes back,
Vocês me
another
deixam
finish.
muito
AW's
felizes,
clutch
senhores.
knows no bound. 3 rounds out of
E
Paravision in
top,
overtime.
A
velho.
1v2 is nothing for him. It feels like a
Terror
1v1 every
meteu
time.
terror, meu.
One chance to kill
É
him,
louco.
denied. Snappy tried on this retake to get enough kills to make up for Shush dying again. Wrinkle only getting 1. But it's a sweep on T side in overtime here for Paravision.
On the T side of all places.
That's crazy.
Into a B bomb site where finally Shush's holds find their limits. 2 rounds back to back. He goes down with
Senhores, que
nothing.
isso.
And within that, Paravision are going to thrive.
Jogada de mestre, cara.
A Paravision that had James join their ranks at the start of 2025, kicked off of Virtus Pro and replaced by Electronic.
Vocês me fazem muito felizes. E
Struggling
aí,
at
chat,
majors still
curtiram?
under the VP
Jogada,
banner
vocês
was
viram essa
Jane,
jogada?
but the formula he knows is bringing unknown entities to the major, sharpened beyond belief, and rising to the occasion yet again.
We've heard the Mongols say you man can be defeated but not destroyed. Well, Nip might be both. Yesterday, talking about the mental game, it felt like a repetitive conversation. It doesn't feel like there's anywhere else to go with it, though, unfortunately. None of the numbers could have told us this outcome was coming.
Shush, fast play. Make sure Pop Dog is not occupied by Paravision. What kind of a tempo do Nip want to take a swing at? This needs to be flawless in OT. Whoa, Kaspersky, the first victim. Noda can start to feel this as he gets his 29th frag of this map. Yet again, just exceeding the stat lines, thrusting himself into the spotlight in stage 2. Him and Shello's multi-frags have been phenomenal, as AW's clutches seemingly just keep being pieced together throughout this best of 3. This has all the makings of a glorious moment for Paravision, and yet another top 16 at a major for Jame. Not with stars, not with proven pieces, but yet again the unknown entities. Sharpened spears arrive in Budapest, and Jame leans back, ready for NIP's B-site arrival. It's all they're gonna have. A fight down this ramp. Jame strikes Shush first. 3v5 needed of NIP. And as bomb crosses over to the site, that's fine. Paravision happy to bank on their retakes. They've got all the tools for the job, a double man advantage, and a ninjas in pajamas who have failed to win any overtimes at this event. Jame already strikes down yet another. One health for you, jerks. They've done it. Paravision top 16. Jame time knows no limits. Ninjas in shambles.
It's absolutely uncanny the way that this game
Demais, galera.
the way you could have foreshadowed this from the beginning of the match from yesterday. We tried to joke about it. We tried to talk about it, and there were plenty of great things to say.
Yeah.
They didn't put up their half of the bargain today. Instead, it'll be Paravision blowing our expectations out of the water, showing us there's proof in everything they say. From his Jame with 4 young guys, a team that believe on every single map, a team that have a 6-map pool. They do it on train in the most unlikely circumstance. T-side train. They have never done this before.
And all of these accomplishments, all of these accolades, winning every single overtime that they have been a part of, we are talking about 4 major debutantes. They don't know what it's like to fail at the major just yet, and that kind of self-confidence, that kind of belief is a dangerous weapon in the hands of Jame. We give it up. A top 16 showing from Jame yet again, a system that we thought didn't fit in CS2. Down into the doldrums of the low ranks in VRS, they grind. They will quote this year as being a boot camp. Every single day they've prepared for this major, they said. And today, they can take a sigh of relief, a chance to catch their breath before they swing at the top 16. Paravision didn't know what it was like to play versus top 20 teams ahead of this major, and now they slay every single one of the challengers that step up to their plate.
And I wonder how much farther that they can go, because the CS looks great, and it seems like it's also getting better each day. Between yesterday's match and this match, it's Nip who have created 2 incredible storylines by allowing FaZe through and now Paravision to walk over them as well. Tomorrow is another chance, but you have to wonder if tomorrow's a real chance or not.
I mean,
because it's been Nip who have been losing these games just as much as been other teams to beat them.
You'd think you can't handle all of this pressure. You'd think at some point this is just going to be the nightmare fuel that costs you. We said they aren't the first team that have faced the 2-0 to 2-3 descent, and right now it feels like they're in free fall. You can't win in overtime. You've got strong starts to so many halves, but within those maps you are still faltering and coming up short, and it has the makings of heartbreak from left, right, and center. We throw this down to the man himself, Jame at top 16 at a major, and a team that seems to know no bounds.
Standing here with Jame, obviously Paravision going through to the stage 3 at expense of NIP. They're not out, but you're through. Initial thoughts, give me some backlight.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm ready to stage 3.
This game had it all, seemingly. All the good plays, all the clutches, even the mistakes on both parts, obviously. But I wanna go back to that dust too, because something crazy happened. Obviously, one V2 clutch is almost back-to-back on the match point. Can you talk me through a little bit from your perspective?
Nothing special. I just heard some guy on first spot, and I know how he will play in this situation. Is this major? Is this not FPL? You know, it's simple. But like you said before, so many mistakes. We're all playing like last game in our life, I think. So I'm playing like fucking dog, but we won, and I'm happy.
Before this major, did you think in crazy dreams that you are here to gain experience, but you will be gaining that experience in stage 3? Have you thought about it?
I don't know. For me, just dream come true. Okay. We played a lot. We grind so many mounts. We lived on bootcamp and both pace. Yeah, I got pace first. But in another side, it's always happened with me. Okay. Berlin major final. Who can expect? Outsiders. Who can expect? This stage 3.
It's this aura around you, right? And one question, this is something that haven't happened in stage 1, sorry, for you. You will have a day off. Or how are you gonna use it with the young guns? Is this something that you will still prep and scrim, or you need some days off because it's pretty exhausting to be here for so long, right?
No, bro, no scrims. We played so many times. I don't know, 9 different enemy in 10 days, maybe in 8 days. It's crazy. I have no power, but who cares? Who cares, brother? And we need to day off. I think we will walk, we will talk, we will, I don't know, cheers.
Yes. Before you go, celebrate and rest, I have to congratulate you one more time, and I will see you in the stage 3.
That is a man at the end of his rope.
I love it.
But if they've been on boot camp all year long, then this is it, right? There's no more to prove. It is just free roam for the rest of this event. I mean, the sky is the limit. He said it himself. Yeah. Nobody could have expected Avant-Garde. Nobody could have expected Outsiders. And nobody expected Paravision to go beyond this cleanly. I'm actually so happy for this. James?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Dastan.
Yeah.
The beauty of this one for me is that now they earn that break, and you can feel it. You can just feel it with James' kind of mantra in that moment, right? So a chance to walk, talk, and cheers.
Yeah.
Well earned, James. Congratulations
Have
to Paravision. An incredible matchup. That's it for me and Launders here on the B stream. It'll be Sponge and Machine taking you guys through the rest of the day. Enjoy the Counter-Strike. There's Heartbreak, and congratulations left, right, and center here in Budapest.
Cheers.
Did you have a nickname before this one that no one knows about?
Yeah, my nickname was like Nemi because, like Find Nemo, it's called in English. Because he had like a small and a large, what's it called in English? Fins, yeah, and I have like a small and a large ear. So that was my nickname when I was younger.
So I'm not sure exactly what was before Vexite. I've had a few. In Minecraft, I went by Absorptions. Very cool. And then when I was a kid, it was Declan123 Rocks. Yeah, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a pretty tough name, so we'll go from there.
Yeah, actually I did. It's Speed. So, because I was a big fan of Speed Racer. So at first it was Speed Racer 99, and then I just changed it to Speed. And then I had this guy that I used to play with that his name was Coles, but it was a little bit cooler than mine because it was like lower cases and higher cases. But I just told his nickname, I'm sorry.
Was there a nickname before Lucky that you had that no one knows about?
I don't think so. I think the first one I had was Lucky when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and have had it since, never changed.
No, I was called Magic Boy at some point, but I think everyone knows about that. But no, I never had any other names than Magic Boy and Magic.
I had many actually, but let's say I had nickname, like first nickname was maybe Mr. Quest.
What's the story behind that?
I don't know, I just liked playing Minecraft, and it was a lot of misters there back then, so I used it, you know.
Alright guys, I'm here with Vexite from FlyQuest, going 3-0 in the first stage. And I've prepared for you a little demo review where I'm going to pick your brain on a couple of situations that you did, particularly in a game against Fluxo on Inferno, because I've made this comment in the green room. Vexite was the best Inferno Banana player this stage. Alright, round 8. So they have been not countering you well with the rifles and aggression, so it could be that they will just whip up that double orb, which Fluxo is actually kind of like known for. When nothing works, they will do that. And these kind of jump checks are really, really important because they can really kill you that fast, right?
Yeah, I didn't have a big plan in mind, so I'm just playing for info and playing the mask numbers. And then I saw they didn't throw anything banana, which generally means they're inviting you to contact. And when they want you to contact, it's usually for a reason, whether it's a flash play or an AWP.
Sure.
And yeah, I jump spotted. But fun fact about this round, I actually saw his gloves, and I'm pretty sure they're pink gloves. And
oh my god.
I actually called the double AWPing this round because I saw the gloves.
For our viewers, I will try to go 1/4 of the speed, and you manage to, out of all this mess, spot the gloves on Art, which is a correct call. They are running a double AWP setup. Then you saw the AWP challenging you, and now you have a 10 HP, and you still go forward. Why is that? Do you hear Dysentery running away there?
This was definitely risky. Like, I would think the AWP would just stay corner here by himself, is what I was thinking. And then the team would create pressure A, and I would just walk through.
You didn't expect re-aggression by the rifle here, basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't expect that at all. But also, once again, it was risky. I was low HP.
Round 12, yes. This is it, last round of the half. Actually, one of your teammates, I think, but I'm not 100% positive, is that someone failed the smoke to Banana. Because it feels like you wanted to go for a play through the smoke on the half wall, but you can see that it landed like in the middle of the Banana instead of usually being here next to the ball, which allows you to like creep through. I can see from your body language in game that you wanted to go through here, but you're forced to jump and you realize that there's no space for you to actually peek.
I'm not sure if I was going to full commit because we only have 2 people there.
Yeah.
Obviously, when that smoke misses, I'm just playing for more information and just see. Regardless, going to flash for us, and then we're going to do an execute because they have an AWP.
You found a molly there as well.
Yeah, which is convenient.
You know, I will actually give you a feedback on this.
Yeah.
You should never molly triple with a CT molly because it never spares. Never spares.
I just had a spare molly. I didn't really. It was just in the moment.
Yeah.
Because I think also you don't really want to lose the timing as well. This round was kind of frustrating because I was communicating more than I was focused on myself, and unfortunately I got killed. Like I died. I'm a little exposed to the angle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and I was like communicating like, and I wasn't focused, unfortunately. But also, fun fact, when you quick switch in that position, they can see your gun. I found that out when I watched it back as well. If you watch Art's point of view, you can see me when I quick switch. Yeah.
Okay.
So
now we know. Little things like that
to consider.
You're really good at this, so good luck and FlyQuest. See you probably in the stage 3 as well.
Appreciate it, hopefully.
Voltamos em 4 minutos, galera. Um minutinho e já voltamos aí, galera. Vai começar a próxima rodada aí no Counter-Strike 2. Eu espero que vocês estejam gostando. Eren Jäger 967.
Well, howdy, folks. We're going to be taking
Bem-vindo.
control
Olha
of
lá,
this ship for the
vamos
next two
voltar.
best of threes. We've got some bangers. At least that's what I'm saying. Chatty B is going to be the one to break it down. But up, you can see M80 getting themselves situated and ready in the server up against Imperial. Now, both teams have kind of sailed through. I say sailed through. They did hit a little bit of a snag. Both teams have lost one best of one, but now find themselves in a best of three for the next stage in competition.
That's the key, right? It's a 2-1 match. One last attempt where the pressure isn't at its highest. An opportunity to take advantage of the day one upsets. Remember, on day one of stage 2, 6 out of the 8 teams from stage 1 picked up wins, which has thrown a bit of chaos into this level of competition.
This is the only photo I've ever seen of Vinny not smiling.
And it says cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Do you think that's a dig with the Americans? You know, they call them hamburgers.
I think that's it.
Important game, have fun. Sin is also correct.
Yeah, but that's the most German way to respond, you know?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say about the game? It's an important game. Have fun.
We're going to have fun.
Have fun.
Hopefully we have fun. For M80, they were one of the 2 teams in stage 1 who went 3-0 alongside a FlyQuest. Where are they now? On the plane on the way home. I'll tell you that much for a fact, Jack. Imperial, they limped through stage 1, but have picked up a bit of steam within stage 2. And the key is this opportunity they have right now to get through to stage 3.
Yeah.
Lots of stages, but let's frame it this way. The top 16, where some players frame that as the main event.
I hear it in passing,
right?
Like whether it's just
bit tweeted. We made it to the main event, right? So it's one of these things. It's an old school thing, right? For those people who are the uninitiated, back in the early days of the majors, there were only 16 teams, right? It was 8 teams. There was 16 teams and 8 teams progressed to the playoffs. We've got Coach Zach on screen. Obviously, there's some stats here. The maps played of the tournament so far, 10 in total. Nuke has been a map that they have enjoyed playing. Not something I will see them playing today. I'll tell you that much, Alex. That's the permaban of M80. And here's the players on your screen. Vinny in the middle, in-game leader. You've got Cello, aggressive rifler. You have Try. He's not Brazilian.
Correct. Argentinian.
But he's the AWPer. And then you have Skulls, who he's played at 3 majors on 3 separate organizations, which is a fun little Skulls fact. He's a nice guy. He likes to smile too, like Vinny. And then No Way, who's played every major, at least under his belt, in the Imperial jersey.
Yeah, I mean, and is it true that No Way was like kind of a big streamer name and then moved into this? I've heard like whispers of this.
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, so I heard.
I have no idea.
I heard he was a kind of a popular presence in the streaming realms, and then has since put on the jersey and is now top rated for his team as they're one away from picking themselves up a spot in the next stage of competition. This result in particular, the highlights are running from their Fnatic Imperial best of 1 on Dust 2. You can see it was a very close game, but I remember being kind of surprised. I felt like Fnatic versus Imperial, I'd give it might be like a 60-40 in favor of Fnatic, but what do I know? Imperial managed to pick it up in regulation, try with some impact frags and the Deagle to swing the rounds in their favor.
Yeah, that's important, right, in terms of the context of this. They started off with a loss against FlyQuest. A win against Rare Atom, then a loss against FlyQuest, then a loss against Fnatic, right? That was in stage 1. Then they had to get through the Huns and NRG. Now that they made it into stage 2, they took on Countryman MIBR, who were trying the Furious strat with 2 imports. They've been eliminated yesterday in the 0-3 department. They lost to Na'Vi on Mirage, but they pushed them, right? They pushed them. And then that Fnatic game we were just highlighting. But we've got a Zach interview. Let's throw to that and hear from the coach.
Catching up here with Zach, the coach of Imperial. I have a couple questions. You come here after extremely messy Fnatic game. Can you tell me a little bit about the debrief after that game that you've had as a coach? Were you shouting at the teammates? There were a lot of mistakes, so it would be understandable.
On our review, we were talking about how we need to focus more on the anti-eco, anti-force buys, because I think we are lacking a lot of. We see a word in Portuguese, is carinho. I don't know how to say in English, but it's something like you need to take more seriously, okay? You need to take more seriously this round, and that's it. That's our talk.
All right, but so far something that you really shine at are pistol rounds. Amazing. You're top performer in stage 2 so far. Out of 6 pistol rounds, you won 6 of them. But be honest with me. Is this something that is kind of carrying Imperial in these best of ones, these good starts to the halves?
I think so. We're very driven by emotions, I think, my team. And if you start winning and you're happy with it, if you kill 3 and win the anti-eco, you're on upside. So, yeah, definitely.
So obviously you prepared for this game against M80, but tell me, why are M80 so good here? What do you expect out of this game, and what are their strengths that you will have to counter?
Well, I analyzed their games yesterday and today. I don't want to talk now in the interview, but they have a particular kind of play style, and it's pretty good if your aim is strong and sharp in the day, but it's pretty bad if it's not. But we'll see how it goes, how they're playing today.
All right, let's see how it goes on the server. Good luck and see you.
The things to take from that interview. First and foremost, Zach is a major grand finalist coach back at PGL Krakow 2017, coaching Immortals, losing to Gambit. So he's been on our screens for an awful long time. The other being the discussion about the pistols. Now, they might be having a good stage 2, but stage 1, you combine the two, they're only 55%. They're 11 and 9 in pistols overall. And maybe some of those woes in the second rounds, they don't have a clean sheet in conversions after the pistol victories. They're at about 72%. But let's jump over and start talking about M80. We've got Def on screen, and I was doing a little bit of digging through. There are only 8 coaches out of the 32 in total here at the Starlight Budapest Major who were formerly players who played at majors. And Def is one of those 8. He played at 3 majors back from 2018 up until the last major in 2019, which would have been Starlight Berlin, actually. So he was part of Complexity at that time.
Big up to Def.
And he's the British coach in charge of a American team with 2 players from the US, 1 from Canada, and 2 from Germany. And M80 is an organization that always feels that they're doing the right thing, right? Yeah. They feel like it. I like their org. I like what they're bringing to the table. And this is only M80's second ever major.
Damn, yeah. I mean, especially considering like how they found Sin. If you look at like kind of the emergence of Sin when he was picked up, at least that when he picked up by Big Clan, and it was kind of like a kind of I don't know, a sour note he left on. Big didn't really find too much, as they kind of continue to do now, but he was kind of nurtured in that realm, and has since managed to kind of take over. But we can switch over, and we can hear from the man on screen as we go ahead and reflect on M80.
I caught up with Lake before your game against Imperial. I heard you say that you're surprised how quote-unquote weak teams are in this major. Could it be that maybe you are a little bit better than you expected?
No, I don't think so. I think stage 1 was definitely like the weak stage. Like the Counter-Strike wasn't all that great. Definitely stage 2, it improved for sure. You know, you're seeing a lot like better CS, so to say. So
it's about you being top performer as well for M80. Is there some secret? I heard about certain protocol, Mario protocol. Can you explain what it is and how it works?
So Mario protocol is that if I, like before I warm up, I don't wash my hands. If I have a good game, I don't wash my hands. Even if I go to the bathroom, don't wash my hands. But if I do play bad and I like don't feel too good, then I'll wash my hands and then reset it for the next game.
Right, that's pretty disgusting. Well, Imperial made it surprisingly far in this major. What is it, in your opinion, that they're like really strong at? Is there something that you're going to specifically counter? What's up with Imperial?
I think they got a bit lucky with their teams that they kind of played. I don't think they've really played anybody too impressive so far, at least who they've beat. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing against them. I think this should be a good game for us.
All right, so you're probably one of the, if not the best performing North American team so far in this major. Can you tell the fans who are not on the M80 hype train so far, and they're, for example, Team Liquid fans, or they used to be NRG fans, whatever it is, why they should be cheering for you throughout this major?
I mean, obviously, if you're a North American fan, we're kind of the only team keeping it strong right now. Obviously, you still have like passion, quote unquote. Even though they're kind of like a hybrid like we are, but we still have 3 North Americans, So I'd say we're the most quote-unquote North American team, but I mean, you do have NRG. If you want to be an NRG fan, go for it, but they are out of the tournament. So if you want to swap your side, come to ours.
And it's not only that, you also beat them in the first stage, but let's see how you do in this best of 3. Good luck, see you on the server.
Thank you.
Knowing he doesn't wash his hands, I'm surprised that Stico went for the dap up there.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I mean, I think I know that it would be a fist bump with Lake if he's having a good game. But yeah, I actually kind of liked the swagger he brought to that interview as well. And it does kind of say it out loud. I was thinking about framing this as, M80 have, I mean, surely just would bite your arm off for a game, a best of 3 versus Imperial for a spot in the next
Exactly, right? So this one is a gift, right? Discussing these stage 1 teams who get to go up against each other in a 2-1 game. This is where the pressure is a little bit lighter and the opponent's a little bit weaker. Now, somebody has to win it, and you'll be taking this type of matchup. Now, Vito on screen makes sense with the Mirage pick. This is their comfort turf. They are 13 in a row on this very map. But guess what? Let's hear what these players had to say before bearing down against their opponents. We will be right back.
We are feeling really confident in ourselves right now. We are confident in our map pool. We are confident in each other. We are trusting each other. We are hearing each other. So I would say this is helping a lot.
We showed resilience, especially like little things like this one unwinnable round, around 14 I think it was West Australis. It like pushed everybody's mood, right?
We are far from what we really want to be. We can still grow a lot into this tournament.
Coming into the second stage, we felt that we had a good chance. Especially because we were like kind of hot coming into the game. We went 3-0 in the first stage.
I think the teams are definitely going to look at us differently now. Most of them, I think they expected us to bomb out really quick in this stage.
Overall, we have to rely more on ourselves.
We have more confidence than ever.
And we're playing insane right now, and I think we can just be confident.
One kill can change everything. And I feel like we have the right pieces.
Everybody seems to be in a good mood right now, and it's just about, you know, minimizing these little mistakes that cost us a few rounds.
The evolution of a team is definitely not going to be stable. I think sometimes you have really high highs and really low lows.
Yeah, best of threes means obviously we get our map of choice. I think that's the main point. We have a very strong map right now.
Definitely going to be harder to play a BO3, I would say, against these higher tier teams.
We're not playing like hero CS or anything, but we're here to step up.
We have the trust in each other. It's just about performing sometimes.
Just about how we show up, how vocal we are in the game.
I would say the Imperial that are going to play the qualification match going to be the best Imperial that we ever seen.
Yeah, overall, I think we're just excited to play and hope we have lots of games to come.
It's game time, Imperial M80. They take to their setups provided by the official gaming chair and desk partner of the Starlight Budapest Major 2025, Blacklight, delivering pro-grade comfort and stability to every match. 20% discount available with code MAJOR20. Let's get this one started, Chatty.
Well, let's see how stable these two teams are. I was talking about some of those pistol statistics. 64% for M80, but if they get the pistol, 100% on the conversions.
Galera, voltou.
Oh, Stico dropped that stat. There's been 100% this stage for Imperial.
All right, so with this to at least numbers locking horns, we'll have to see how we unfold forward. Bit of a different pistol for Imperial, playing forward towards A. Swish will be hearing all of this, but a real hefty amount of bodies invested to that. It was 4 players to probe forward on towards A to try and rumble a setup. And I was taking a look at, oh, hold up, we'll stick with No Way. It's actually the second highest rated player for pistols in the tournament so far.
Oh, Swisher, he's perfectly held that. 2 clicks of the mouse and No Way's gone.
He has been great on CT side pistols, so that is a massive step in the right direction for M80.
No Way watching from the sidelines. You got Try up next. Hex not going to be spotted as he prepares to push towards the con. Meets up with Lake through under. Oh, Try has his bell rung. Still finds Slacks. Lake, he finds the response, and now Cello's blocking him in the smoke. Did they work that one out? They think they were blocking each other. I think they have. Hex is going to be screaming, that wasn't you. I bumped into someone in that smoke, and now he emerges. Cello with 1. Hex keeps him in that advantage. Sin's got that bomb down in the meantime. It's Vinny trying to be a cowboy out jungle, but just too many bodies, and those Glocks be hitting. M80's done very well here. Nearly that team ace. Slack's the only one with empty hands. It's going to be one of these 3 to find that double. And it's Hexed. Well, they got the pistol, and they break the perfect pistol run from Imperial.
At least within this stage, we'll see if they can keep their second round conversion style alive here, M80 into the next. I have M80 as the heavy favorites, and this especially after seeing the veto. I thought for sure we were going to be heading to Overpass, which is a map that M80 hadn't won in the last 3 months. They've only played it 4 times, but that's why I thought Imperial would be picking it.
Surely.
They've actually opted to take it to Dust 2. So we get quite a fun map pool. Mirage, Dust 2, and Train as the third and decider. Force buy out for Imperial. Sin, Lake, Slacks spring to action, but there's a trap lying in wait. 4 bodies ready to make their way out window or con. Actually, event boost will start to. Well, they were hoping event boost. Not anymore.
Maybe the fake runaway will work instead. Sin.
He's hearing those steps.
Has been heard.
Oh, starting to backpedal now. Slacks heading over towards A to join that of Swish, who I will say has been in some really strong form this major. I think that's one of the keys to M80's success. Him alongside a Lake, they're the 2 highest rated players. This will have to be a headshot, and well, the scout rumbled. If they execute into A, it's an open runway right now.
Ooh, that's a jump scare. Sin was not ready for nowhere. He actually just found himself elevated on the lip of the window. Now, of course, pathing into that A site, and it is unguarded, as you highlighted. It's Skulls and perhaps Cello from jungle, but these are not favorable fights. It could very well go wrong.
Couple of flashes as well for the CTs. This is clunky from M80.
Yeah, 40 seconds, and Try does get an opportunity. Tags up Swisher. Very uncomfortable for him for the rest of this round. Susceptible to a 5-7 bullet. An MP9 burst. Post plant looks like Slacks is going to be able to try and keep hold of jungle. That's a fight that could be favorable with Lake in support, catching the window boost of Vinny. Cello's making his way. Slacks trying to tame that Galil spray and does manage to whittle away. Cello's gone.
Now it might even be a save convo. Might be too late for that.
Yeah, you've just lost those 2 extra bodies. Not much to be bringing through. Try will just try and preserve what he can.
I like the decision-making there out of Lake and Slacks, right, to hold them to jungle control, because if they all just went and played Sandwich, Tetris, under the balcony, they get overrun, it's going to mean Imperial don't have to worry about so many different angles. But right there, as you're coming through, now you have to worry about 180 degrees worth of angles, right? So a real problem for Imperial, as around where they got the opening kill, doesn't go their way. I understand it was the force bite was lighter on, but Sin wasn't tradable in that situation. And then M80, while they were piecing it together, it didn't look great. But this is one of the factors with M80 that I've liked watching the comps. Okay, yeah, that's the Hex we know and love. Oh, here's a fun one. Head-to-heads of these 2 teams. The last time these guys played against each other, Vertigo was still in the map pool.
Yeah, I saw that. What was that, 2024?
It's going back in the time capsule.
That's the dream start to Mirage.
A fake, B play. So Sin gonna put his body on the line again.
Okay, well, that's going to really sell him. You've been spotted.
Big nade.
Does 78 to Cello. Trying to keep the CT's boots planted, and the 4 of them are actually trying to path towards CT, so it is just going to be Vinny here. Tries actually going to be able to get over there just a little late for the first fight. But there's the second. Catches the tail. Removes Slacks. Multi on market. Try miss shot. With no ways contribution, though, it is a little uncomfortable, isn't it, for M80? Especially when you're caught pulling out nades. Lake wanted to throw out the molly. Skulls just hits him with the drive-by. Clothesline at P250 headshot. Trying to stabilize now. Could be a good night double nade. Yes, it is. Skulls dunked on. But still far too close for comfort for M80 here. You want to pick up that bomb. And, ooh, Hex nearly got caught by that Tri-Scout.
I got the C4 at least.
They don't know where No Way is. They don't have confirmation it's both, and Try peeks back in to finish off on Swish. That's a nice conversion. Just a saved scout and a couple of pistols. Try with 3 in the round.
Beautiful work there. Try just really being such a nuisance.
I mean, you could see he was pathing CT. He just caught wind. Vinny either gave him a call or his instinct kicked in because he got there just in time, and a clean headshot onto Slacks. He then pieces the rest together.
Yeah, and the conversation, right, from Zach in the interview, Stico brought up the pistol stat line and talking about, yeah, we're an emotional team, right? We can get running once we get the pistol, get it underway. It feels good early.
Yeah.
Cello's definitely an emotional player. He's one of those guys that plays off of instinct with pace, and that can set him up for the rest of the half. A bit like a config once upon a time in that type of a way. So winning this and getting the conversion, forcing them down to the eco, even though you didn't get the pistol, you still get that strong feeling early, right? You've been able to chip in before the first gun round. You're not going into the first rifle round weak. You have everything you'd hope for right now, other than a Tri-AWP.
Yeah, and I would just say that if you convert, I'd buy in. I would too, but it's just if you lose your grip on the first gun, it gets awkward.
We had this yesterday in the Bait versus Na'Vi game. It was like Bait won this eco round, and then you're like, well, yeah, but hold up. They're not celebrating because they know what comes next. Imperial were.
And that's a great start, Cello. Punishes on mid-window, no smoke, and just gets a freebie. Legs pathing, cut down early. Vinny, actually, he's being a little bit too free and liberal with the ammo. They try and punish and push. No Way's nade gonna be evaded. No Way hits the headshot. Hex with one, but there's Vinny. This 1-2 punch of the B setup works out wonderfully. And Slacks, you've got the bomb, bro. Okay, that's surely the round. Vinny secures it.
Yeah, so
come test me again.
Vinny's
Caramba, galera,
pesado. Right? So at this point, Vinny is actually drawing them in. He started parting through, knowing the reload was coming through, and even if he goes down, No Way is there to pick up some of the pieces. So
Ela joga
a shake
muito.
of the head there from Def. It should have been a 3-0 start, T-side, your map, 13 in a row. It is going to be a comfort pick. It's not really too many dramas early, but you're down to the eco. You'll likely give away a clean one right now to the Brazilians. Looking to join Furia and Pain, who await in stage 3. Auto birth to that position based on the VRS. Might just go through this and try and get the plant. Skulls,
like
how many are you going to get? Triple box.
You need some ammo efficiency. He's done all right, test 2. And ooh, not able to get anything on the pistol. Bomb might go down here. Swish.
You take that.
Gets it in. Not too shabby.
Oh, hold
on a
Nossa.
second. This is getting a little weird now. It's
Nossa.
not comfortable with the clock burst.
Nossa.
That's when you know you've run out of options, but it gets a bit too costly for
Atrás do
Imperial.
outro.
Little bit of a slap on the wrist from M80. They get way more than they were worth.
Yeah, great output. 2,400 going into the next now, plus 600 extra in everyone's bank account because of the plant. We'll see if Slacks wants to go into the AWP into the next, and I'm sure Try will. He has 13K. So both
Atrás
teams
do
will be
outro, cê é
fully
louco.
strapped right now as a tactical timeout taken by Def. Looks good for 2, doesn't it? But then the fact that they take him down, they grab the M4 and they do more damage. Very nice output.
Esse é os tiozão que jogava Counter-Strike
Okay, so
1.6.
and that's why he was shaking his head, because I think that
1.0, 1.6.
anti-force, anti-eco, they ran something that was a little bit out
Esse é
of
os
pocket.
tiozão, tá ligado?
When you've
Que
been winning
manda
this
na,
map so
na,
many times in a row, let's just
no-
stick with
na
the
turma
things that we
200.
run time and time again.
Right.
So we got a lot of details right there.
Yeah, really did.
Eu jogava muito essa porra, eu jogava
Super cool
muito.
to hear an articulation.
Jogava
of how efficient he had to be
1.6,
with
eu
all this. Like,
arrebentava,
remember
não
this,
tinha
this,
pra
this,
ninguém
this,
não.
And please do that, and please do that, and thanks very much.
You know, the economy of words of a coach is probably one of the most key factors.
Jogava, hein?
They
Jogava
are.
muito em
Skulls gonna make a
chat.
push with Cello, side by side. No way to swing from the short.
Hoje eu tô enferrujado, mas a mecânica do jogo mudou. Vou pegar aí no costume, mas
Removes Hexed.
vai dar bom, hein, chat?
And they fall away with their man advantage. Sure, No Way and Skulls lower. Oh, man, 6 feet lower now for Cello.
Hanging around a little bit too long there. Lake's already up through Con. They take a ramp control. Swish can always play through Palace. No Way coming back over to address window.
Interesting. Skulls has got a real opportunity for that headshot if he oversteps here. Swish is going to be
Good
very
bait from
susceptible.
Swish.
True.
Look how far in he is.
Lake's managed to slip this far forward. Skulls now reveals he's on the ramp setup. There's Try, and there is the Lake reveal. Has he lost too much? Is it too far gone? Slacks is so disconnected from Lake. You can see him there in the pit. And Skulls is positioned. Did he spot him? Oh, he does adjust just in time.
Just live now, Lake. Allow Slacks to play.
Yeah, you're right. He's just caught a nade, though. Just 26 points of health. Knows it was a ramp setup. Vinny, attention drawn by the Molotov of Lake, and Slacks might be able to get this backstab. He's not looking.
Oh, he hasn't cleared it.
Didn't clear.
Oh, if he went through jungle, look at the U2 he has. He could be flashing towards. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Now Vinny's considered it.
Vinny's looking.
Oh, no.
That's gonna be a horrible one to watch in the review.
Ele voltou e
And Vinny will
morreu.
clean house as well. That is brutal. Little bit of an overplay, underplay. How do you categorize that?
I think right there, you go 1 for 1 with the mid control. And then Lake's between two mines, right? Because he's got the rotation, but these teammates are dying towards the players over towards ramp, so he's trying to peel between the two of them. Just not really connected and grouped up. And maybe the expectation of the setup, not what they were thinking they were going into. So right now, we'll just be a partial, and they're going to try their luck on an A execute. So they drop out some mid-util. They chuck some nades across. That incendiary's about to fade, and here they come.
All right.
Caramba, pesado, tá, hein?
Skulls, what have you got?
Tá
Trying
muito
with a
louco.
nice start.
Olha,
Perfect.
olha,
Job
nossa,
done. Just
nossa.
one from Hexed. They know there's one tucked towards the default. Sin
É
doesn't want to die to
tiro.
an
Ó,
AWP.
ele nem...
But He's going to die to Skulls anyway.
Puta
It's
merda.
output from Hex Tech 9, but that is going to get Imperial really out of their chairs at this point.
Yeah, 5-2, 3-round gap. That was just the partial. Now it'll be the full buy again. Slacks will definitely get the AWP this time. Last time it would have been glass cannon territory. Now it gets to come with armor and utility, so they can settle into more standard gun rounds. If you're Def, you really don't want to be taking another timeout this early, but it is 5 straight against you. I think if you lose the next, when the guns are going to come out again, you probably take another. Because remember, the way that you got yourself into the mud was by losing a round you should have definitely won. Those type of rounds, you've got to convert. Their second round conversions were at 100%. The third round may be in question.
Yeah. Lovely proactivity again from the CTs. Skulls, even a little smoke break on that. So deep smoke, nade for a peek. Skulls has nothing to report ramp side, so attention, focus now on this mid fight.
Vinny and Nowhere coming short. They're going to clamp down on middle with 4 here. Maybe a boost up, maybe a flash and an aggress. Everybody's around connector. They want a biff.
Slacks is tight on this line. He's not ready for the elevation, so now knows that it's too short. Does just go for the ballsy swing out to get himself out of dodge and into the fight. Try trades. Nice catch on the AWP collision. Bomb is very quick to start repositioning. Look at that on the minimap. Hex and Sin are both just scampering towards B with their knives out.
But remember, Swish knows there was an aggressive A ramp play, so thinking that Skulls still could be in that area. He hasn't been noted yet. Try was, Cello the comm player, and the other two over towards short.
A Lake. Oh, that's a big duel to win. Skulls nearly got him. Running out.
Awesome.
The AWPer, a no-scope from Try for a second. And now Vinny, he's hurt them. Yeah, how's their clears? How's their pathing? Hex just booked. Vinny really is holding on solid as a rock for one.
He's in a tough spot.
Next, Swish has got 10 HP. Tries doing everything for Imperial here.
Nowhere's on a decent flank right now.
Yeah, it's going to be quite quick. Not immediate, but post-plant position is everything here. Sin's just lingering on the site itself. Are they not considering that short and apps approach? They are now. And now they know Nate doesn't find him. Knowing Swisher got leg shot, they're looking for him. He's elected to just play bait on bench. Sin fires off a pot shot, but that's the fight he wanted. Swisher provides, and now into the clutch is Sin. Two dancing around the side, trying to play with his food. He's done gets away with it. Block. Just trying to live a little longer. Didn't have the time for it. Try hunts him down. How many times has Try left the round with a triple kill?
12 kills so far. Try. You know, he can have these carry performances. He's a very proficient AWPer. Doesn't always happen. It's tough for AWPers in the top level of Counter-Strike, but right now he is delivering again, whether it's the Scout, whether it's the AWP, whether it's the USP up against the in-game leader of
liga
M80.
nessas jogadas.
There's the trade back, Slacks goes down.
Uma melhor do que a outra, meu. Sério, tá maluco.
Swish from bench.
Olha.
You either hide it or you're not. I guess he's worried about being exposed, but Sin's
Dois
gonna be a
times
little bit
jogando
upset
bem,
with
tá
that one.
demais.
Probably wanting to play the clock a little bit more, but Bomb going down, guns back out, and underpass push. I love this. Imperial continue to set the tone.
Oh, the angle confirms aggression.
But it was multi-pronged. They actually have the AWP go up towards B-Apps as well. They throw util, so that's a lot of information.
It's cool to see the ideas are flowing, but so are the frags for Slacks. Double kill. Cello caught Lake out A. Here's Swisher trying to chase him down, and that is the fight. Cello's held on for the double. Holds on to his A site. They're heading Try's way, though. He's posted up on short. They might hear this.
I don't think Hex was there in time to hear the scope, but Try's definitely heard some steps. So reeling that information, now Cello's starting to cheat over, and they're just going full commit. M80, you're going into the stack, boys.
Okay, this can go wrong. Especially with Try tracking the drop, takes his time, nails it onto Slacks, a 2-on-2. Now you're running at the AWPer, might bet you into Cello's line. Good fight.
Morreu no fogo.
Cello's tucked on sight. They're not ready for this, Chad. Hex is booked. One tap to the back of the head. Oh, he's got him. Surely Sin's got 4 HP. A HE on your end, son. See you later. It's Cello's turn in the spotlight, a quad kill and a stylish finish.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, that A fight, right? If they're able to win that one, Cello out of the piece, and then at that point, the round is easy to put together. Surely has to be a second timeout coming soon.
Yeah, it's actually called by Imperial. I don't know if that's... Double check. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Zach wants to just have his boys cool his jets, because, I mean, we've just seen round after round, it's either ramp, it's underpass, it's a 4-man press mid. Like, every round, the CTs are setting the pace.
And the last two, right, obviously coming down to just those 1v1 situations, so that's probably why Zach just wants to settle in. It's like, these have been high octane. Let's take a breath. Let's make sure we know what was going on with the finances. Def a little bit animated. They're not out of his chair, but... Oh, out of time. Okay. I did forget how much we were going to get there. That's my bad, everybody. I'll take that one. It won't happen again. Next game, we won't be able to hear any of it. We're going to have Ukrainian and we're going to have French.
Yeah.
So
Você tá
I don't
maluco,
speak either of
velho?
those languages.
No,
Já sabia.
Okay, partial. Half's gotten away from you, Amandi. This would be the worst time to not get a win on Mirage. Remember that you were 13 on the
morreu
trot right now.
tostado e o outro
Supposed to be a
morreu
comfort pick.
dourado.
This could be a fire starter round.
Certainly could be.
Swish and Lake, the two highest rated players at the moment, they're damage-wise towards the bottom of the scoreboard, but it's not like anybody's been doing anything crazy so far. Remember, it was just the pistol and the conversion, all they have to boast.
I like this pathing.
Oh, cheeky.
Trying to subvert the expectation with a smoke, and Lake does catch Cello. I don't think he even pulled the trigger. Good start. Oh, but it's not going to be the finish they were hoping for. It's just a shooting gallery from Ticket. Trike not going to get that third clean, and Swisher will nails him in the air. Means nothing in the grand scheme. Sure, a nice Deagle headshot, but you've got a whole lot more work to do. Two players ready for him, different elevations. It's a sealed deal for 8.
Okay, well, you've got to hope that that is the changing of the tide for Lake's fortunes in these opening fights. That's the first one he's won. He's currently 1-3 after that. And he's the player who's going to be getting stuck in first as far as the pack and map control is concerned. So he does get the opener, but it is on a lighter buy. But maybe it'll start giving him a bit more confidence. He's not the type of guy to shy away from fights, is Lake. Him and Swish only at their second majors ever. Last time round in Austin, they were auto-birth to stage 2. Feel like they're earning their way this time round.
Skulls wants to fight, try to support. A nice flick from Slacks' AWP, but maybe Skulls tries to find that clawback. The same nade play, but that's enough.
I definitely ironed out all these moves that they want to make, and they're just going through the motion. So this is when you do the prep, and it's just working exactly like you would have hoped.
Like they're there every time.
But not only that, like you're being able to get away with the moves, right? You're not getting unraveled. There's nothing getting in your way. There's no direct counter to them either. And now they're all focused. Look at the cluster of CTs again, right? I know they're down a man, but they're all grouped up to fight mid. Cello ready to break the window smoke. There'll probably be a flash. They'll swing. They'll fight.
And what did Zach say as well? You know, they've got a very clear style of play, and it requires you to hit your headshots. Not so good when you don't. Oh, how about a flying headshot from Vinny? Still, M80 have got A space. Look at Swisher calling it clear.
The Skulls go jungle or back through CT. Looks like he's going to pivot through the hole. Swish needs to hit the... Ooh, back he goes. So 2 through jungle. Never mind, it'll be Vinny. Maybe because of the little bit of extra util. Both have incendiaries. Vinny has a HE. Swish goes down. This round's on.
They're going to play this. They both throw out their flames.
Got the money, may as well give it a go.
Yeah, they'll give it a crack. Already Sin's taken a lot of damage. Vinny is alone. Sin makes sure of that. Wins out his duel. Flashes, just brilliant, full connection. A full white screen for Vinny, running light on time as well. Tickles it as Sin picks himself up a multi.
Okay, well, they know they should have more rounds than 3 at this point. It should have been 3 out the gate, but there you go, they've hit that. And 4 feels like it needs to be the bar. We did see them have some struggles on their Mirage. We covered a bait game early within stage 1 where both teams really struggled on their T side, but their CT side was extremely strong, right? Now, that's more just to say, hey, they can definitely lock it down on their CT side once they get there. Final round, first half. Progression series, stage 3 awaits for the winner of this one.
Yeah, it's not the way they would have liked to have started, but for Imperial, it's absolutely brilliant. Couldn't ask for a better start. And a 9th would really sweeten the deal. Clear game plan off the rib. Look at this, just static statues towards the ramp. Lake puffs up his chest, trying to act bigger than he is.
Sin back over towards middle, might try and set Lake up. Oh no, he's already thrown the flash out on an earlier timing. 2 players forced back out of the con smoke.
That works, mission accomplished in that respect. No ways looking for any answers in middle. Sin might not be prepared for this, and Lake as well, susceptible to the spam. No trade either, no way!
A has to go, A has to play.
Oh, and they've lost Sin as well. Cello will activate, Skull's comfortable. Removing Swish.
2v5.
Yeah, this is already fallen apart by the seams, hasn't it? You want to try and find a couple of kills before you try and make the next play. Will they come to you? Try goes searching. Cello goes flanking. And it's a 3-man CT push. Great flash, panic, AWP reveals itself. Thanks for that. Some info flowing. But 35 seconds. And it's hexed with the bomb Tetris. You can see this restraint from Cello as well. Knows they have to play. The pressure's on them. M80 must make that next move. Not gonna push the flames, but does get off the bomb. No way removes him. And Slacks, yeah, last round, mate. What are you gonna do?
No time, no chance.
Try's got you booked. It's 9. Imperial setting the bar high on this Mirage.
Yeah, it turns out that result against Na'Vi, it wasn't a victory, but it was damn close. A 13-10 loss on Mirage. They're bringing some of that punch here today against M80.
Only 3 rounds for M80 as they take to the CT side. We've seen them turn these kind of score lines around before, and Chad, you were telling us about a win streak. It could very well be up for debate here against Imperial. An opportunity for stage 3 of the competition, and it's a lovely, lovely opportunity for both of these teams to go further than any man has gone before. I mean, not really, but it sounds good.
Odds provided by our official betting partners. We do get this second pistol round underway.
I mean, if they lose this pistol, it's practically over.
I'll agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly.
Lake will be washing his hands of this one, if you see what I'm saying. Mario mode or whatever we learned about.
Protocol.
Mario protocol.
And we're talking about Malbs MD. Someone might need to get a doctor for M80. Lake gets the opener.
Okay, yeah, not bad. Mid-range. Skull's confirmed presence as well, so they know it's very ramp-centric. There's the little late piece of Cello, noted and disappearing through the underpass. They're chasing him, he knows that. But in the meantime, looks like Skulls has managed to catch Lake on sight, so that opens up A. Ooh, quick one from Swish to the stairs. Aggress from Try gets nothing. Skull's trying to lend a hand. Bomb on the back of Vinny. Cello's gone all the way around. He's going to try and flank from B.
Oh,
good shot. Tap onto Slack, Swish, you're playing a dangerous game with the low HP. It's Hex that just comes running around the corner of CT.
They have to worry about this Cello rotation. Is he coming back ramp? They have no idea he's here.
Yeah, and oh, what a round he's had. Swish on that low HP takes 3.
It's about time. I was bigging him up within the first half. His performance so far, it has been hot, but in this map, not so much. I don't know if everybody got to hear what we heard throughout the halftime break, but sounded a bit like a locker room from the different sounds we're in, snorting, burping, trash talk, everything under the sun. Apparently it's hot in there.
Yeah.
But we're on the same level as them, and I can confirm it is quite warm.
It is warm.
It is warm.
No doubt, no denying that. Woof, that looks good. Quick taps, but this is what I want to see, this one. Bang!
Yeah, good stuff from Swish. Interesting, no plant for spy, so no rifles, but pistols and util, bearing down on an A execute. Eyes on Slacks.
And he's got the necessary one.
Now it's on Sin.
Tail. Sin burst, looking good for some center of mass. He's managed to connect the final bullet onto Try. Cello punching in the code, no one can stop that.
Swish has passed 2 of them in this con smoke.
Yeah, I wonder if they go for the reclear. Yeah, it's a free frag to the back of the head of Vinny. That's huge. Oh, he spotted you,
Oh,
Swish.
Definitely hot.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds. He's got the hot hand, he's got the hot head. And now Cello just going to try and catch something with that P250. A nice clean tap to the first and brought to rest by Hex.
Okay, so the woes of the first half dealt with, but remember, the third round first half against a save scout and a try triple is where the campaign began for Imperial. So let's see if they can do it again. I'm not saying there'll be a try scout in the mix, but there might be a deagle thanks to that bomb going down. So there can definitely be a way to slice your way back in, and if M80 lose that, the mental will be tanking. We know with the map that they lost throughout their campaign in Stage 2 so far, one of the things that they were discussing against Aurora was the energy, right? They really were focusing on that as they came back to take on Astralis, where they eked by 13-11 on Ancient. They also had a close affair against Tai Lu on Train, 13-10, so nothing's come easy for M80 in Stage 2, definitely not as easy as Stage 1. Even heard from Lake there in the interview just saying that the quality of Counter-Strike in Stage 1, maybe not up to snuff.
I think you get a license to say that when you 3-0 the stage.
Yeah. Stiko even tried to give him away. I was like, maybe you were just playing really well.
He's like, no.
And I said, there won't be a scout, but how about a hero AK?
Yeah,
so,
shout out to Vinny. He's facilitated that. Drops an AK for try. Cello buys the backup, Kev, so they're trying to get as much juice out of this AK as possible.
This is going to be a tough round, M80. This will not be easy.
Swish are going to be vulnerable. Oh, Lake's just there in the open. That could have gone horribly wrong. Was on the move. Swisher gets that info and will back away, but that boost could catch him.
Going for a short fight off this.
Yeah, Swisher, are you ready for this extra angle?
Oh!
Slinks in, lovely setup. The little bit of team play. As a second was there for the taking. Cello will scoop that up.
This is why they set up Try. 17 kills in total. Delivering impact after impact. Well, let's see if an opening frag in this one will spill over into a round conversion. Hex the Canadian, anchoring B. Slacks alongside a Lake. Lear out middle to see if anybody's home. Sin playing retake from Ticket. So they're happy to sell A in this situation. Slacks now coming over to join Hex on the site. There's a lot of gaps and timings that are open, but the clock is their friend. They know they have to finish.
Gonna try their hand at testing Hex's site. Slacks in a perfect position to lend a hand. Okay, needed to see that, and in the feed is full blue. Slacks takes 3. M80 closing that gap further.
Good
the big
stuff.
test is coming.
Yeah, playing off one another there, right? Letting Hex take the first contact. The dream of 14 in a row lives. It's a 3-round gap. They still need to try and claw back before we're all tied up. How long can they keep Imperial in the mud on the T side? You've dealt with a pistol round, most say a coin toss, a force spy, never easy, an upgrade where you lose the opening kill, and now the guns come out. So nothing given, everything taken right now.
Zach not liking what he's seeing. This is quick, this is punchy. Lake
Another
caught out, yeah. Opening death again in his name. Swisher will find a quick one back. It's Vinny goes swinging short. So you've got your mid control, but the bomb and the majority of your forces are just immediately going to start asking questions of the A site. Sin throws out a smoke he can push and play behind. They have the rotations cut by Cello's positioning. This is going to really be tough for M80 to have a voice in this one if they don't find Cello early. He's burrowed into underpass.
Slacks is only now just left B. Sin might be able to spam away, but stays reserved, doesn't expect the default, and gets the damage through. Try lucky to be alive.
Oh, big kill. Big kill. Slacks at the same time has found no way pushing CT.
Slack still has a smoke, so does Swish for the bomb.
Okay, this one should be theirs. Skulls is going to have to be a bit of a hero considering the 1 HP on try. Tucks on Sandwich. Knows he's going to have to be the playmaker. MAT, they're taking their sweet time. Let's get that smoke on the bomb. And a nice shot from Skulls. Need the trade. Swisher gets it in the air. Try with a 1 HP 1v2. Someone needs to be defusing. Swisher should get on it. And it looks like Try's just going to have to bow out of this one. Not interested in trying to swing in with 1 HP.
Got a little bit stressful there for a moment because Swish was the man with the kit and he was more committed. So if Try went for that fight and then the kit's loose, it becomes a one-on-one where Slacks is in an awful lot of trouble, has to try and get the kit, and could have been a real fizzle out to that round. So well handled. It was really that cello kill that allows them to focus in on the A site, not the opener, the frag that they're able to grab towards underpass.
Swisher's pathing was really nice for that fight.
He's only had 3 kills within the first half.
Yeah, he's leveled up now, back to 11-10, got a positive KD.
Yeah, so he's happening. And Lake, they're giving away another opening kill. He's 2-5, but at least he was traded upon. Tech pause, so bear with us for a moment. It's 4 straight for M80. We'll remind everybody, we also have the A stream going on right now. That is elimination games. That is Aurora versus Australian, so that's in its 2nd map if you want to whack that one on the telly as well. And then to close out the day with Harry and Hugo, it is Liquid versus Tai Lu. When the headset's off and they bring out the big guns of the admins, let's see how long this one takes, shall we?
Yeah,
I'm going to take a seat.
Yeah, to get comfortable. And get Swisher an ice pack or something. Poor guy's holding his head.
Well, Slacks' cheek's a bit flush as well.
Yeah.
Maybe they're normally like that.
It's just a hot day in the office, quite literally.
It's cold outside.
Tis.
Agora vai começar nervoso, hein?
To, see if Imperial do lose their grip or continue to lose their grip. You get a 9-3 half, you're winning rounds, Tries delivering. Is it just a case of, you know, both teams having, you know, weaknesses or less comfort on their attacking sides? I don't think you can win as many Mirages as they have, what, 13 in a row without having, you know, a good, strong T side. Perhaps, as you know, the little listening we got from Def is indicative of perhaps what they'd attribute their shortcomings to, where they're trying new things. You know, I suppose you do start feeling that fire underneath you of like, we have to innovate. We can't be playing the same playbook into our 14th Mirage or whatever it is.
Well, it sounds like that's probably not what the game plan was.
Yeah.
It sounds like that has happened on the fly, which is why early he gets on the mic. And also the 13 in a row, a lot of those I would dismiss, but it's still the record, and I'd dismiss because they're domestic opponents, right? So it's not top-tier Counter-Strike names, but they are 3 on the trot here at the Major if we just want to refine down to that. I think as well, right, 9-3 half, hey, it's going to happen. You heard from Hex there, or maybe we only heard. I'm not sure if the people at home did. He was saying, yeah, they won 2 1v1s or either 1vx situations. He is right. I wouldn't say they were 1vx situations that you were necessarily favored in, but you still got it down to that close margin. And it went wrong in round number 3. They could have had a better half, right, if they were able, because then the CT finances not as strong going into the first rifle round. You gave them a boon into the economy early by dropping the ball, and maybe not dropping the ball, maybe being snatched away from you by some Try heroics. And we talk about some of these players out there. I wouldn't necessarily put Try on the same level as a Zywoo or a Donk round, but it's Counter-Strike, right? A player can have a moment, and that can shift the momentum of the game. Or the momentum of the money, right? And then we know how much the finances play into Counter-Strike. I'm sure people are fed up and be talking about, oh, this buy this, the lost bonus. But that right there determines the weapons available, and the weapons and utility available determines the options that you have, right? And that's essentially the game. What type of call, what type of play can you make? And then what type of position can you put your players in to unleash the fury? I was just having a look. It's almost about to go 10 a.m., I think. Let me check. In California, if Google's correct.
Yeah.
So it's a great time in the US, right? Obviously the West Coast behind the East Coast, but if you're ever in New York or whatnot, that'll be much later in the day. It is a Monday for the 3rd day of stage 2 at the Starlight of Budapest Major. So it's a good time for everybody in the US to tune in. I'm sure Flom's watching this one.
Well, I mean, the likelihood of seeing, you know, a North American core in the third stage of the major would be it would be one hell of an accolade.
But this is the thing, NRG's out. We don't count Liquid, right?
No.
They have Ultimate, Shui, and Nerds. So maybe as an organization, you want to say they're North American, and I'm sure they want to hold on to that. They obviously have NAF and Elige, which are two franchise players, and you can be supporting them. You can be supporting Twists over in FaZe.
Oh, for sure.
But you bang on with the core factor, because you've got Pain and you've got Furia representing the region, and the region being the Americas. But you bang on, and if M80 did this one would feel like they earned it. I had a chat with Lake a little bit earlier after their stage 1 3-0, and he was saying, yeah, the first major I qualified for, because of the VRS, I was just sitting there and I just qualified. Well, this time around they've gone 3-0 in stage 1, that he's dismissing. The opponents are not so great, even though I tried to ping him up in the moment. But if you make it from stage 2 into stage 3, the top 16, again, a lot of people out there consider that the main event, quote unquote. So that one right there will feel like a real achievement.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, kind of stepping over Astralis, Tyloo, and then Imperial. That would be their path. Ooh, little tidbit there from Sin.
Yeah,
Sounds
lots
like
of talking.
A large barrage of planning.
And let's see if the information was passed correctly. As Orp would try into this one. So every single round, Imperial have been threatening in this second half. Every single round they've had something.
Aggressive start with the spam, then a little ladder boost. Vinny gets across the tap.
So playing retake A. They can be reactive if it is a site hit early. Does facilitate a third man to help B with this Slacks AWP. Then, if they're worried about a mid control, they can start doing this within the mid round. But Imperial, they are in absolutely no rush. Cello, the only one moving right now. Try top mid, Vinny over towards tap, no way, and Skulls, Palace and A ramp. But take a look at the util that's being held onto right now. This is actually really good economy of utility coming out from M80. They still have a lot of smokes to block with, a lot of incendiaries still to play with, and now as they start limping them forward, this only gets tougher for Imperial.
Peek over that smoke. Will stay posted as Cello and Vinny are escorted by the sniper.
This is Lake's responsibility.
Yeah, Lake was responsible, but he just gets completely flattered. Great shot, even better from Try. Hex gets caught, Swisher punishes. Bombs on A, Sin tucked on ticket. And he could deny this, especially now. Ooh, doesn't get him, but still lives for a moment longer. It's Vinny that brings him down with the wall bang. Slag's disconnected, could go for a wall bang of his own, and I don't think he quite connected, just shy of the mark. Whistles one through.
Off.
Vinny gets away with his life.
Do they give this a look?
It's a very risky retake considering how much of your resources you'd be putting into it. A 2-on-3.
Which is close. Undetected.
Wish has got that far, but Vinny was ready on the jiggles. And now the Orbs just trying to back away. Slags. Looks like he's going to be allowed to. It's very early in the piece.
It is crazy how much space Imperial got without making any noise or finding a fight. Right, they've walked through a connector smoke straight up, and Lake just not ready for it. Again, struggling in the opening kill department. 2 and 6 now. It's a tough death, right? You would love to be making the opening decision. And in other rounds, like where he was swinging at a connector, he was traded. This time, a whole lot harder to do that because the fight was isolated. So silence the weapon used in this one by Imperial, and I thought M80 were doing a great job by holding on to their nades, but it doesn't count when you still get surprised. So much util, but not used proficiently.
It's a good spawn. Slacks, are you going to be doing anything with it?
Surely they changed the tone now, Imperial. You don't go slow like that again.
Does look like a more direct start with 3 starting towards the B side of the map.
Cello just with supportive utility. If Vinny gets in a bit of a tough time, they boost up. Undetected. So Swish can bait for Hexed. Nade in, light damage done. They don't have to be commit. This is Imperial with a slow and steady pace. So no aggressions, nobody looking mid on either side of the server. That informs Vinny getting to make the call now.
Oh, the team play, love that. Incendiary forces you into Swisher's bang. Takes no way down. in the apartments, but was he alone?
Does Cello try and get up Cat here? They have to be split. He needs to join Vinny.
Yeah, and they're ready. They're losing. They're dropping like flies. Try's gone down again. This time Swisher with a double kill in defensive B. Hex with nothing but damage. Swisher has to do it all. Slacks in support. Swisher another 3 kills, defending his site heroically. Still though, Cello and Vinny with that low HP. Is it all going to be Swish? Lake and Sin chip in. M80 keep this run rolling after that one discrepancy. Imperial get on the board and immediately get sent back to spawn.
Wow, Swish has 12 kills in this second half so far, so just continuing to add more to the tally. Lots of impact with on the pistol, up against the force buy, now in a rifle round after they had lost round with finances on the line. So Swish is delivering. And he's a new man. Obviously, they made the roster change. Hex has been in this team for about 4 or 5 months. They got rid of Rek, and I think at the time, Rek or Swish could have been the conversation to be replaced. Swish given the good graces to stay. Bit more intensity there from Def. Okay, so something that Def said don't do ever again, and then Lake trying to come in with a couple of solutions of how they can play Conkers. This is the thing, if you're Lake and you're struggling with the openers, normally your aim and your aggression is the key. And this is tough. You're still a relatively inexperienced player, but you need to be able to play your B, C, D game, right? If your A game's not working, that's fine, but you still need to be able to contribute. So it's, you know, the info plays that he's able to go for, or valuing his life, or setting up another teammate that we're looking for right now. Giving away opening kills, if traded, I think we can make it acceptable, but it needs to be in that fashion. So money, not great for Imperial. 2-round gap, and Cello and Skulls are going to work through underpass. So in this type of a situation, I'm curious, do we get the util thrown out by the A ramp players, right? And then that's meant to draw the con player, the window player. Here it comes. And then the underpass players activate and try and catch a bit of a timing.
It's Lake that's going to be trying to play Joker A.
They do have the timing, they can window boost, which means they can constrict the rotation.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. Lake, okay, runs towards the Deagle and finds it. Unbroken fence, Swisher, he's on it today. A rough first half, but he's definitely found his footing now. Low HP, his spam does connect onto Try, so these half by are not getting very far.
This one's going to feel good if you keep all 5 alive.
Just
one more to do so.
I mean, and this would make it just a 1-round game as well after a very bleak start. Lake does pick himself up a multi.
Okay, a bit of a confidence booster there for Lake as well. Someone's going to get him. It's the lighter buy, but just with how active he was, opening kill going in his favor this time round. Remember, his mum and grandma are here in Budapest to watch him. Now, he's in the B stream setup, so for them to watch, it's a little bit different than it is the crowd game. But regardless, they win this one. They're in stage 3. Top 16, baby. Wonder if they wear those shirts every day or if they need to give them a wash.
Yeah, maybe they printed a couple different variations.
Galera, os caras tá com a cara na tela, meu. Como é que ele viu atrás do buraco ali pra atirar, meu?
You're locked in tap right now.
Fora do sério.
The flash helps, and now you're out. So Vinny gets across.
Fora do sério. Lake's got an opening. Goes swinging for the fences there. Slacks his flash to set him up.
All right, Imperial. Now, previous rounds, you've really just let the seeds of doubt be sown with the silence. Now that you're down a man, it doesn't feel that that's as comprehensive as an approach, so they are just going to reroute quickly. Vinny gets to in-game lead from the grave right now, so calling everybody back over towards A. Sin's going to tuck in the site. Slacks is going to play from ticket. Lake needs to monitor connector and window, and a smoke's just been lobbed in, so he has to worry about a boost, connector timings. Little do they know, it is going to be the A finish. Hex and Swish are very disconnected from this, so the A defense needs to get a kill or two, or Imperial can breach in.
Double molly, they're going to molly dark, no one's home. Sin first contact after Slacks' orb. And there we have it, missed shot from the AWP, jumps away safely. Sin hoping to be overlooked, it's Cello with an opening. Sin and Slacks though chip in. A double from the Deutsch, and a 3 versus 2. Try needs to be punching in that code, but it's no way. The bodyguard with such low HP. How's he supposed to stop this from being rumbled? A flashbang held. It will go down uncontested. He's hoping that they walk into his scope. Slacks just finds himself posted on this tight line. Could be one hell of a flash. No way reads it, but caught staring at the brickwork. It's Try in the clutch, and Swisher, he's going to remove him.
Swish is so annoying. The fact he's still on Cat at that point, right? Not scaling up Colin. He's just chilling. He's letting his ticket players play. Just holding them at bay there, and grabs another. That's all tied up 10-10 as Swish is up to 17 now.
How bad was his first half?
3 kills, I'm pretty sure. It was 3 frags within the first half.
Damn, dude, that is a turnaround and a half.
Yeah, so he's having a field day right now. Max lost bonus bomb goes down.
And a Lake opening. You know, you've been highlighting his opening deaths.
Oh, he's got back-to-back opening kills now.
So yeah, from 2 to 6 to 4 to 6, it's certainly exactly what the doctor ordered.
And that's good, especially in a post-plant situation. I know they had advantages there, but still, that's what I like to see. I can really tell a team's comms on the CT side if these retakes look pieced together. They're not always going to go your way, but are we waiting for each other, right? How are we setting each other up? And the pressure on as final tactical timeout call from Imperial. This was never going to be an easy map considering the spree, but it's clear that their game against Na'Vi wasn't just a fluke. They've got good form on Mirage, and they're bringing it into today. Now, with the max loss bonus, they are just going to partial right now, right? So they know that the 3,400 comes in next. If everybody leaves themselves about 1.5, that'll be more than enough. Try just needs a little bit extra for the AWP. But still, threats. Can you think of a round where Imperial haven't had something? They haven't had a full eco this entire half.
True.
They've always had some level of investment. So this has been a very tough half for M80. Doesn't feel that way. Only 1 round as a blemish on the record. So again, this type of setup tells me that M80 were reading or expecting an execute. See, switch with the nade ready. Slack's playing, sorry, yeah, no, it is Slack. Slack's playing retake A, right? They are playing right now for an execute. And last time it was this silent, what ended up happening was Imperial walked down through Con, caught Lake off guard. So he needs to play a little bit more actively.
To the window or up on the ledge in the lip.
It's all going to be timing.
It's like Lake's going to start being pulled off by the B util. Try might activate late. Sin covered by the smoke. He'll be exposed if he stays there. Try slips in undetected and silently. Here comes the commit. Hex, what have you got? Swisher is going to draw first blood, and just like that, there's too many bodies on B. They can't break through. Hexter's done well, gets his, and that's what you want to see. 5 kills between the duo.
Flawless.
Defending B, flawless round to actually seize the lead. It's been a long time since M80 have been there.
Yeah, bang on. So this has been a great comeback on the CT side. They're putting up the blue wall. Flying that flag for North America. This is a derby, at least in the region, as far as the majors encapsulator is concerned. And there they go. They're feeling it now, but this one's the full guns. No try AWP.
Ooh, it's quite a big omission when he's been having such an influential first half.
I feel like he had to play earlier in that situation. I understand why he didn't. His B players were also late with any form of contact, but if they just go slow again, I think that M80 are starting to cotton on. We'll see again, they're actually using their utility a little bit more actively, but Slack's posted up on the line. They will need to force him away. Try goes back to spawn. They're juggling bombs and util, so Try's going to throw out a couple of smokes. Slacks will be able to stay on this line unless there is a flash, and Vinny doesn't have one.
Okay, could be the end of Vinny then. Slacks does reveal himself. Important flash, forces him off the line. Molotov follows up, and now Hex needs to block.
Defensive smoke.
Throws it down, and ooh, he's got blind. He actually hit that while blind. Cello loses his shoes, but not ready for more. Hex overlooked. Does very well for 2, but it's no ways forward position that catches them, and he takes all 3. The first rotation of Swisher as well. Awkward for the remaining 2. It's Lake and Sin. Bomb should be able to go down. The nade will do damage. Oof, low HP for No Way.
Sin's rerouting after the HE. Was thinking about joining up with Lake on Cat, but no, going back through Vent Room to Market.
And there's a lot of info. Okay, spots out another, knows where one of them is towards the apartments. It's the uncertainty of where Vinny's gotten off to. Where is he hiding? Suspecting on site. There's a fight. Vinny wins it out, and now a 1v2. Sin, you've got to get your wriggle on. You're taking sweet time here. Sure, you've got the kit. Sure, you've got the headshot, but you've got to get another. Vinny in the apartments, planted for him, and he's ready for it as you try and tickle. 11 to 11. I know what Imperial are wishing for. One more of those.
Yeah, a little bit exposed there, going for the defuse sim, but as you mentioned, the time pressure, so just had to get a move on. They do have enough money for a buy, even if they lose this M80. So this is just shown by having some of those flawless rounds where they've been keeping lots of players alive. They are in a strong position to contend for overtime. The buy is not as good for Imperial. There's 2 Galils in lieu of AKs. They pulled that one off, and the B bomb site, you have to hit your shots if the AWP's there. Right, I think Hex did very well to get 2.
Slacks' leg shot. I mean, if it's just a little higher, it's going to be a full kill onto Cello.
Yeah, it might be the difference between the round or not.
Yeah, really.
Well, now he's aggressive and assertive over towards B Apartments. Might catch No Way, the hero of the last.
I think he caught a whiff. Yeah, No Way throws some bullets down range. Tries to ward him off.
So still playing this AWP on B. Hex will be the loose piece, getting to play over towards A, and Slacks showing some nervy moments now, has given over the opener to No Way.
I love the fact that No Way has identified there's an AWP there and goes for it anyway.
That's forced the rotation. Right now, M80 are playing 2-2. No Way and Cello get to work in through underpass. They can get a window boost in for free. Vinny, this feels like a luxury to call, knowing it's the AWP that's been removed from the play. So these longer sightlines, worrying about ticket down to con, ticket towards a ramp. Not a problem anymore. Info play, how they can start to rotate back.
Oh, the bait though, he's slipping through. Try catches Swisher progressing short. Awkward, very awkward. Just the 2 of them on A, Sin and Hext. Is there anything this duo can get done, or Imperial going to take that 12th and have a shot at breaking the streak on Mirage?
Hext is still unknown.
Yeah, he's going to try and be baited in. They are overlooking him. He can't find their headshot. No Way, a very quick reaction. And now Lake and Sin probably just going to want to preserve what they have.
Well, he spurted up the scoreboard in these last couple of rounds. No Way opening in this one. He had that triple kill on B within the previous round, so his impact is fell, and this one leaves a mark, doesn't it?
5 alive, brilliant.
You clawed back. You finally got yourself back into the lead, 11-10 after the 9-3 first half. It's been a great CT side, but still, it had to be almost flawless as Try wanting to search. There is the support here as, oh, Lake, not known to be an AWPer. He's missed the shot. Sin will make good. Vinny wants to try his luck.
Vinny versus Sin. Doesn't need to go any further to Sin. He'll probably just stand here and get away with it. Imperial with a map point.
Okay, well, I feel like they've deserved it, especially with their first half of play, how proactive they were. T-side's clearly being a bit of an issue for both of these teams. But final tactical timeout for Def, saved for a rainy day. It's either a top mid push or an underpass push, I'd imagine. Again, I don't know if the people at home can hear it.
No, but
either way, I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm not
I don't think M80 will be, but
I'm not.
Just so
I'm not
much
saying anything,
detail.
mate. Yeah, it's so nice to hear. Full timeout. All right then. Last round of regulation. Imperial with that opportunity. Let's see if they can seize it, make the most of this moment, and then just be one single map away from stage 3. Doubted at every turn. Have Imperial been?
Lake.
He is playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, on the cusp there, isn't he? He has to just stay in the smoke. HE one side, Molly the other, can back off. So I think that right there was what they were talking about. Just the move of showing a little bit of connector presence, aggressive. So A fake, B finish. This one's a bit more default.
Vinny pathing forward, aggressive.
Hex is on the balcony.
Are they going to go for this? They're walking through. Okay, good tracking. Hex goes down. No Way opens up the B side for Imperial. It's just Swisher on the short side trying to stop that bomb from making it across. Not a comfortable one. Turning flashes, they do slip across, and so now retake is on. Vinny is in T-Spawn as this one's going down. And this is for all the marbles, folks. M80. A hard-fought claw back into this game. A 9-3 half Imperial let slip. Now M80 have a chance to try and take us to overtime. It's looking good for Imperial. Needs someone to step up. Low HP on one of them. Lake has only got 8 points of health to work with. Swisher coming in, but time is light. They've stacked up 2 on this boost box. Skulls is no way. They need output, and they're running out of teammates. Overlooking one. Slacks isn't looking either. It's so much impact from No Way. 3 kills in the round. He could lead with all of them. 4 found. It's up to Swisher in the clutch, and they could stick it. Vinny can just deny, counting it down in his head. Straight on out, and secures Mirage.
Cello out of his chair. This guy wears his heart on his sleeve, and that is a hard-fought battle. 13 in a row for M80 comes to a close here. The Mirage streak ends, and Imperial go 1 up in a 2-1 game. Too late for getting the activation out of M80, losing that 3rd round of the game to that Scout being in the mix.
Yeah.
That one is going to be tough to watch in the review. They do now move into Imperial's map choice, but that was a game where the clutches just felt like they kept going in the favor of Imperial. This one definitely delivered.
CS2 has certainly been explosive this year, and it will culminate on one final epic stage. The pinnacle of Counter-Strike.
The Star Ladder Budapest Major.
It's what every player dreams of.
To overcome fear.
Doubt.
Rivals.
Titans. And lift the trophy that transforms them from contenders to legends.
But maybe not like this.
Victory is one thing, but to do it in an arena full of real fans, now that's what truly forges legends. This major will be unlike any other, hosted in a modern coliseum and taking place on a magnificent stage, granting 20,000 fans unparalleled views and unrivaled access to the best teams competing. Too small. That's more like it. Don't miss your chance to feel the energy and experience the emotions live. Claim your place among legends in the making. Buy your ticket now for the Star Ladder Budapest Major.
I'll be waiting for you. Mother cluckers.
Okay, do you have like a move or something that you do that your teammates like to joke about?
I mean, whenever in practice games and face it and officials also, if I think it's the right moment to pick up the AWP, whenever a teammate or enemy has died, I like to pick up the AWP, and I'm very good at it. So my teammates like recognize the skill sometimes, and like they know like whenever they see me picking up the AWP, they know the round is probably won.
Yeah, so the way I sit when I play, I have my keyboard close, and I look a bit silly because my left arm is like, I don't know, like do I look weird right now or what? Because they make fun of me for looking weird like this.
Does look kind of weird.
Yeah, so I guess I'm weird for sitting.
My signature move this event is being 1 minute late for everything. So I think I need to fix that for sure. I don't want this to be my signature move anymore, so I need to fix this.
When I play, Insanity love that I crouch with my palm. Like I use this finger to shift and my palm to use control. And Insanity laugh about it, but I just it's a costume. I cannot change this.
Signature move, joke about. I mean, usually if someone's running across my screen, I can never track them, so they always call me like, what do you guys call it?
It looks like you're dragging a bag of bricks. Basically, like it looks like he's trying to drag a bag of bricks because he's like tracking just behind the guy the whole time. It looks so heavy.
I mean, yeah, this just general IGL woofs. That's usually the funniest.
Now, stage 3 could be one map away, but I got something in my stomach, I don't know, in my heart maybe, my head. It's telling me that this one's got legs for 3.
Well, look, if we just recap how Mirage went down, maybe we can see how we get there, right? Because that is going to mean that M80 need to snatch away Dust too.
Right.
So the fact that the map choice of M80 goes against them, that one stings. The fact that they were 13 in a row, obviously they're very confident on that map. They did even win both pistols. Their first half woes are the big issue, right? Obviously losing the third round is going to leave a bit of a mark, obviously, on how well they could have done. They managed 3 rounds in that first half in total, and 4 1vx situations went against them. Right, in terms of the opening kill department, there wasn't like one team was owning the other. That was actually quite close for both of them. So Mirage, it's more about the mental. What type of damage has that done to the confidence of M80 going forward into Dust 2? Because now this is a map where I won't say the biggest of scalps have been taken by Imperial, but they have some good wins at the major so far. And I think they're 5 or 6 in a row. Let me just double check that.
So there's definitely, I mean, there's a universe
where there's
Dust 2 is 0.
I did think they were going to go into Overpass, though, just based off of the poor record, to be a bit of a punish. But maybe they're just feeling that comfort, because they have beaten Rare Atom, they have beaten Fnatic. Both of those games were close, 13-11, 13-10. And it's 5 in a row on this very map. So without any pistols, which before this, they were 6-0 in the pistol department for stage 2. It wasn't so good for the stage overall. But the man on screen here on the left is who I want to talk about with the late activation. He had a really good showing in the second half. He struggled within the first. You can see only 3 kills on the T side, but then was huge to keep them in it. But not enough, really, was it?
Call that one a reverse try. I didn't really realize that he had such little to do on that T side. But I mean, you're not complaining in a victory. And he also was fundamental to those 9 CT rounds.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that a couple of those 4 frags in the T side were openings. Now, they didn't always convert in rounds, but that's a good way to keep pressure on. And they were dropping him AKs, trying to keep him activated. So if you are getting the AKs, you do need to deliver those kills. No Way was the man for me. It was a late activation in 2 back-to-back rounds, one of which he got a 3K onto the B bomb site, and the other where he just stayed and banged against Slacks when he knew the AWP was in the B apartments. So yeah, I would say No Way was the reason they were able to close the map down. Try was the reason they were able to get such a big lead. So between the two of them, at Swish was the reason they were able to claw back in. Hex had a couple of nice moments too. But Lake, I wonder if his confidence is shaken, right? We were keeping our eyes on his opening forays, was not on top of a lot of those duels. It's fine again if you get the opening death and you're traded, but we'll keep our eyes on that as we move into Dust 2. So that's coming up next, or coming up now, I guess.
Well, yeah, very soon. It's on its way. I think there is, it's going to be an interesting study into kind of where M80's mental goes. Obviously, you know, we have such high expectations for the teams in this bracket. You got 2 wins, 1 loss. It does feel like this is the best opportunity for both of these teams. I don't know who's in that next bucket, but I feel like the kind of the feeling of the mental collapse.
It gets harder because there's so many stage 1 teams in this 2-1 group. Right. So this is where the opponents logically get harder if the VRS has been doing its job correctly. And that's why we have the likes of Astralis versus Aurora in a 1-2 game right now, fighting against each other for elimination, sending each other home. So there was a bit of an Aurora collapse on map number 2. I recommend people whack that on another screen. And just to continue some of the concerns about M80 going into this is the map they lost to Aurora on. Right? That's a great little segue there, you like that? Where they came back, they lost 13-6 on Dust 2, but they came back into their next best one of the day, saying it was an attitude thing to reset from. Well, right now we're going to find out if it's an attitude thing or if it's a map thing. Because if you get owned by Imperial on this, Imperial will be booking their spot in stage 3, and you will drop down to what I imagine is a tough game.
Mais uma partida.
A lot of games to conclude today. So using the simulator, there's too many options to kind of click on and see who they could be going up against. But either way, I don't imagine it'll be easy. Let's just say Aurora win and Liquid win and M80 lose. Let's say as well, let's say 3D Max win. Tomorrow they could take on Bait, right? So that's not an easy game.
No.
But I think it'd still be.
It's a game. It's definitely a good game.
Yeah, right. So
for sure.
There's other options where, let's say 3D Max lose, right? So that there's a lot more that could really unfold. And why even worry about that if you can just win now?
You could just win now.
Take care of the simple solution.
Yeah, the only question mark as to whether or not, you know, we do see that third map, we do see the potential for that reverse sweep in the best of 3, is the factor of losing that Mirage. Losing a map that's been so comfortable for you, so stable for you, and now heading into a map that you've already got a very recent, quite alarming loss on, as you highlighted, versus Aurora. Will they be able to kind of pull themselves up, tighten up those laces, and head into the server to force a third. I don't know what to expect from Imperial. I think I saw that they played it recently against Fnatic.
Yeah, it was Fnatic and Rare Adam. Both were close, though.
Very close.
But with Tri being in good form on the CT side, we always talk about Dust 2 being a map where the CT side of Orpa can really start to stamp his dominance. Slacks didn't have too many moments on the AWP, but had a couple of good rifling moments, so he's going to need to go toe-to-toe. And the one that sticks out is when he was picking B apps late in that first half. He looked a little bit shaky, but I think we are ready to get this one underway.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be jumping in. CT start for M80, that's the luxury you're
Vai
afforded.
começar, hein? Vai começar mais uma partida. Ó os terroristas aí. E bora pra cima.
Odds provided by our official betting partner as we get this one underway.
So they've got that short molly. Try's been waiting. Lets that smoke land, now throws out the short molly, and now they scale up middle, escorted by the P250 of Try. Smoke obscures Sin's view. They'll get 4 bodies up on the short side to start.
So right now you have Lake on the ramp. He has a flash, Swish mid-long, and Slacks with those dual Berettas. So he's not really going to be too helpful if they do make their way into
varanda, varanda
passaram. For a flank of some variety, or see if he can scale up with Swish. This is more like a B split.
Começar a atacar a bomba e vão avançar.
No, he's ready to drop down. Cello probably drops into spawn. Yep.
Okay, cheeky leg break heard, and ooh, headshot hit. Needed that from Sin. He lives on as well.
All pressure on Hex.
So much for one man to do. Hexed on B, nice shot. Sin nails it back of the head of Vinny. Distraction enough for him to activate. Hex brings the fight outside of the B doors, and it all falls into place for an M80
Olha,
pistol.
time, que esse é louco.
In that category right now. Now it's about not fumbling in the next 2.
Yes, right, which they haven't necessarily always been able to assure.
Now, if we're going off of Mirage, they did lose the pistol there, Imperial, and they bought on the T side without the plant. It looks like they're going to do the same again here. So no Try AWP. They're going to, sorry, not AWP, Scout, excuse me. Scout was where he was heroic with and saved for their 3rd round. Tech 9s, Mac 10, P250. Could just be the standard. If you get this lower tunnels control, and you know that they're not fighting you on Cat, just go for the crisscross and go for the mid to B. It's Sin and Hex as your B duo. So you might feel that could be weaker or exploitable. Always going to depend on Lake and his rotations. Yeah, it looks like they are just piping in for a mid to B right now.
Yeah, okay. I mean, this does feel threatening. Little fake flash on towards the short side. Keep boots planted. Hex eats the flash. Lurk smoke thrown. Mid to B's the problem. Lake's going to confirm it's going to be... Ooh, can he get anything with the nade on the CT smoke? Activating wild from Sin.
Olha isso, time!
Hang on a second, the bomb's lost. How are you supposed to get it back? No chance, really. Skulls finds himself in the B site without the bomb, but with an M4.
Adia Collins, ai, seja bem-vindo.
There's too many bodies there. One walking up close, he does well, isolates Lake, and a trade from Slack secures it. 2nd round, it's threatening. It's very threatening from Imperial, but M80 convert, and now they can have a little bit of a stretch of the legs.
Coach Def chewing on his water bottle there.
Oh, mate.
That either means he's sexually frustrated or a little bit nervous, I think. That's what they say in the pubs, but should be the 3-0 now.
Should be. You just wait. Try's going to buy a scout now and just start popping people on the cross.
They got some good long spawns here. I think Skulls might go and try his luck for the pot shot.
Yeah, a couple of flashes as well from Cello. He's going to try and help them get out. He's going to take for that first Deagle shot. Nice restraint. M80 wait for the flash, and you can see how efficient that first fight comes their way.
Now, something that we did get to watch earlier in the tournament was M80 beating up on NRG. Right, to qualify 3-0. And something that I was really impressed with was Swish's activations towards Long Hut. He was always quite a nuisance, and because he was pushing through, he was always catching timings on flanks. Now, the cool thing about that is, you don't have to do it. Right? You don't have to do it.
Yep, sure.
So, that will still have to be in the minds of Imperial, that Swish likes to play aggressive long doors.
Yeah, and he was just ending up with these like impeccable timings, like way earlier than they were expected.
So this is where those type of factors get to play in based off of your prep.
Where you just end up kind of paranoid for something that never comes.
Well, this is it, right? Because normally you would think no one's pushing long doors, because if you push through long doors, if I sit behind, outside by the car, over towards the boxes,
and we go long.
Exactly, right? So it's something that needs to be considered or needs to be conditioned. Ooh, didn't land the boost perfectly, but does get up. So try mild information.
It's always an interesting standoff when two Orpas just find themselves just static on the doors either side. They started heavy long, they've escorted Swisher into a power position, and now you can see using that smoke, Sin's going to actually cheat back over to be on that mid-ramp side.
You can see Swish, we're just talking about him, right? So he's just playing the block right now, and no way he's going to be his equal.
Waiting for that shadow. There it is. He's played that well.
Yeah, cheeky.
Pixel gap. And blocked for Imperial. Doors the next challenge. Is there a flash coming over? Will Slacks just have to, pull the trigger? And he connects onto Cello. Vinny not going to be committing with the bomb, so they will just have to try and retool somewhere else. Is Try going to try and find the opening pick? He's going to be blocked on short for a moment longer. What's the call, Vinny? What's the mid-round hit?
I feel like it might just have to be the A play.
Olha, todo mundo varanda,
Volley
ó,
off
tá
the
todo mundo na
rotation.
varanda.
You have to brute force.
Vamos rushar ali, ó. Vai com tudo.
Confirmation that it is going to be asymmetric. This is where Lake wants to activate. Does swing on out, doesn't overcommit, confirms multiple bodies. Swisher and Lake successful.
Oh no,
down though. Not going to be feeling good about that one. That's like 100-0 in the flames. It's an awkward one. If they get that bomb down, this could go wrong for M80 despite the heavy advantage from the get-go. What's going on? Caught with nades, gets the info, lucky to get away with his life. Sin will swing, and they'll both fall to the skull spray. Up to Slacks in the clutch. Looking for his quad kill, his skulls. Slacks closing that gap, and he nails it with a side swipe. Doesn't go pathing to Skulls' expectation. M84, Imperial 0.
Just to explain that, why it looked a little bit odd, right? Because in that situation, once they breach into the site, they know that Skulls is the tunnels lurk, so they're expecting not all four just to be playing through short. Right. At this point, well, Skulls actually does get the kill, so it is a bit strange they're worried about the lurk now that I have reread the kill feed.
Okay.
Right? I was trying to think, why would they be worried about lower, but Skulls was in the feed, so all right, all good.
It works out. No harm, no foul, as they say.
That's true. And 4 rounds where M80 have got the opening kill every time. Let's see how long that can continue. Been conversation with the CT sides on Mirage and now Dust 2. We'll see how long it takes Imperial to start breaching in head-to-head.
Good. Looks really good. Slacks is just on the side, and it gets caught just before that smoke does plume.
Interesting, they want to stay so jarring with that. Slacks knows he's going to get head-to-heads against Try. So there, I just said the opening kills, and Imperial have gotten there first.
Thank you very much, Mr. Try.
So switches up to the same move, and he isn't getting active, right? It might have to be these B players, but now that they've smoked up a tunnels, it's a very deep one. They might want to play behind it. You're getting Hexed also peppering some bullets through to see if they catch any players trying to set up nades. They're selling A. Right, so Lake playing close mid doors, they're banking or hoping that it's something else. They know that they can't really contest an A execute. They don't have the AWP in the mix.
So does this just become a save if it is going to be like an A finish?
I don't know if it becomes a save immediately. I think Lake will try and push through the mid doors and find something. See, notice how No Way's still parked outside of long, worrying about Swish.
You're right.
Oh, now it's a save.
Now it's a save. Great shot. Skulls with just the deagle, and now Swish. Can't believe No Way's still there. Okay, they've done their prep.
Right, so this is it, right? And it's going to be a tough game. So for Swish, if he can catch a timing, it'll be great, but he might be warded off of that because if he goes for a push on another round and No Way's still there, right, he's never going to know unless nameplate Counter-Strike comes in, No Way's noted on the other side of the map, he gets a kill. There's a bit of information that helps embolden him for that type of a push. But Imperial breakthrough, and 4-0 becomes 4-1.
And Try's AWP is the catalyst to Imperial getting off the starting mark.
I wonder if we're going to get a timeout off the back of that. Now, remember, that last round came pretty damn close. So these saves are important. They have been able to scavenge back the AWP. There's enough finances, I think, to go around. Slacks can drop a rifle or two. So it should all work out. So do you want to take a timeout now if you're deaf before you lose the financial game completely? Or do you like what you hear and you're happy for them to play forward?
Seems the latter.
Yes, okay. Well, Try's going to get boosted up in middle again. You may as well.
And the HE masks their cross.
Oh, the AWP is going to start staunch on short.
Boost. Cello's there. Oh, but they've got the flash. He hits him through the, well, thick wall. Still does solid damage. Half health for Cello. Going to be limping towards doors.
Try not scared at all either. Just runs down, knows they're likely to back off after that shot being made and rejig the setup. So they get the space, and Cello still gets to stay alive.
This is kind of clever. You know, Swisher said, I'm sick of this guy. He's just waiting for me. Slacks fires a shot short and then immediately goes and posts himself on the long walk. If No Way wanted to do anything, if there was something coming long doors, Slacks can be a destabilizing presence.
But remember the last No Way versus Slacks head-to-head on B Apartments?
I do.
So Slacks, you would love to get this one. This is not one that you can give away, and No Way just playing very passive out here.
That's an angle. You might have to give it up.
I would much prefer the AWP to be towards Game Helper.
I see you, especially when you see the radar. 3 players are about to try and breach, and Lake is the first contact.
Skulls has left B.
Good block smoke.
He's pathing all the way back around the world through T-spawn. No Way's giving up long, so Skulls can pick up long. No Way can join the fray. Slack's still here, just perched and waiting for any push.
I mean, this is really going to be a contingent.
Flash for Lake.
Needs to get something off this play. He is that brute force. Set up for aggression, just going to flash. They actually walk past
Lost
him
in the source.
Smoke. Yeah, I think so. I think he's just going to have to second guess himself. Swisher draws attention. No Way still trying to find Lake. Where is he? 3 players on his screen. Vinny finds him, catches a whiff in the smoke, removes him clean.
Bomb goes down.
3 on 3. And this is where Slacks kind of feels like he's been kind of helpless now.
No retake in through short, so they're going to try and pipe up through CT. Slacks can oversee sight, which should take away some of these angles they have to worry about. They still have to look directly up, though.
Yeah, they're going to try and swing it together. Tries trying to hold for the advance of Slacks. No way, that's the ankle, but Sin's prepared for it. Pops the head, Hex with a chip in, and there you have it, a clean 3-on-3 retake.
Big kill on the way in. That's a huge kill on the way in. And I think that Lake also got team flashed, so unable to come out of the smoke immediately. Probably why you didn't see him just power through, and then lost. I'm pretty sure his leg would have been poking out of the bridge smoke. We might get to catch it from Vinny's perspective. Slacks does get the frag over. Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Oh,
for him, it's full gray screen. For Vinny, it's clear as day.
Yeah, brutal. And there's no more helpless feeling in Counter. Oh, there's a few helpless feelings in Counter-Strike, actually, but that's one of them. You know, you're just in a gray screen. You can hear them all around you. You're convinced you're supposed to be seeing things by now, but they can see you.
Okay, yeah, T-side timeout. So Zach on the mic, you can see there. He wasn't looking too happy with how things are unfolding.
Now, I don't know about time zones, you know, maybe it isn't, what is it, local? Heading towards 8 p.m. But you could grab yourself a Monster if you were looking for one. A huge shout out to Monster Energy for supporting the Budapest Major 2025. Round 7 begins, Imperial. I mean, this feels like something we've seen before. They get a little taste of victory and get sent back to the doldrums. It's kind of like that second half of Mirage, but they did convert in regulation, a 13-11 scoreline.
They're putting a good amount of resources in to try again, right? Like, if your AWP is getting boosted every round, you're setting him up, and you do because he finds you success. They're quickly able to go for this control. They have thrown Xbox smoke and mid doors, and the reason you do that is if CT AWPers want to be jarring for the clear,
Nade broke,
it's not going to work.
Cheeky little flash scuttled off the floor.
So short space taken by a minute 30. This puts a lot of pressure on the CTs.
It feels like every round short-centric from the Imperial T side. Slacks will
straight through it.
Yeah, they're just going. And he's blind. Perfect flash. Forces him off the line. Now ready for it. Doesn't quite hit his shot. Smoke from Lake is actually going to enable some plays to be made. That's the play right there. Removes try, so the AWP gets nothing in this one. Skulls lingers, trying to catch those rotations. T-Smoke replenishes and stops that sightline that Slacks was looking
planted,
for.
Though.
Yeah, it's delayed. Vinny's still in 2 minds about whether or not he can get across. Using that smoke is Sin. Progresses up, flash into the window, does connect now. They progress across to the ramp. They need to play this together. Smoke is fading. It's a 2-on-2 on the ramp side. Looking good for the Brazilian side. Cello and Vinny connect. Slacks does not. A 2-on-4. It's got Save Written all over it, but they are going to have a look.
Yeah, Hex is pretty committed. And Skulls is going to find him. Skulls is immediately after that kill starting to try and cut him off at the pass. Slacks will be out the doors. How far can he get? Skulls swings in. Slacks will take his head off. Yeah, now the hunt is on. He's still boxed towards long. How many bodies do you want to throw at this, Imperial? Looks like you're going to call it off. Make sure that you retain the AWP to give over to try into the next. But well handled. They sat, they waited, they had the space. They knew that waiting for the util to fade, not having to fight within the chaos was the better of the two calls. As well, there's been a lot of rotations in through CT from M80 on the retakes. So that tells me that they are very worried about Skulls being such a nuisance in lower tunnels, mid doors, right? So they're going, okay, let's just avoid him if we go through CT, but it does limit your options on the retake as well.
I think the most we've seen, like the mid and B side of the map, was the pistol. You know, they were like just, that was like some
They
sort
tried
of mid to B
the force buy as well into the B split.
But since then, yeah, very short-centric and a timeout from Def. This is quite early to be burning number 2.
It's just that the money's a bit all over the place. They get 1900 into the next. Oh, I think production's had enough of us listening in. They've dipped him down a little bit, which is fair enough.
I don't blame them.
I would have done that earlier.
But I was enjoying it.
Yeah, we take what we get around here. We're not greedy. So you save an AWP. You can get some very light upgrades, right? If you buy in with like a P250, you leave yourself just over 2K. So and then you have the 1900 loss, you can full buy into the next. Also helps out that Slacks is at 3.5K. So he gets another AWP as well.
What are you going to do with just a saved AWP and pistols?
How about this?
Little boost. Trying to make that play. Haven't nailed it. And pull the plug. Oh, speaking of B, here it comes again.
Well, Hex has to do the output, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a lot to do, and just USP is a perfect flash.
We didn't know about the USB.
Okay, yeah, Sin gets overlooked, gets an AK, and another one pushing the smoke. Double kill out of Sin. Low HP on try, knife out, trying to retreat. This gets awkward fast. Swisher has got the push. No way, he's not ready for this. Oh, and he gets it, a headshot, no silencer required. Not an eco win.
Okay, look where Swish is, over towards Green Box. If they're noisy towards T-spawn, he's going to hear a lot of this.
Oh, more than that, Sin is having a round. Overlooked on the site. He's closing the gap on you as well. Try with your 8 HP.
Oh, try sweeping in, he has an idea.
Oh, it's so uncomfortable for Try. He
Surely Sin's dead.
Sin should be booked.
One bullet gone.
Bang, just like that. The first of a very necessary clutch, but with 8 HP, I can't see it.
Yeah, stiff breeze and tries out of the round.
Swisher and his unsilenced pistol is going to be doing damage. One bullet from that 5.7.
Swisher's ready for this. He's jiggling it.
Oh, okay, M80 convert.
Massive from the M80 captain right there. I thought he would have been noted, but the flash work coming in must have caught Vinny too. He pivots around and deals with Hex, thinks, oh, that's the problem dealt with. But no. Sin, he's the slippery one. He's the one you got to deal with. Massive work from him. We'll catch it again. Yes, so Vinny comes in blind, swoops into Hex.
Oh, what?
The kill onto Skulls is massive.
He gets like 2, just tracking 1. Holy, that's a massive win. In MR12, Chad, we've been talking about these eco victories, and what did Zach talk about? Their weakness.
Oh!
It was losing rounds against the pistols. No Way immediately tries to jostle back for control, takes his spawn, hits him with that FPL start.
Whew. Blind.
Straight blind, pulls the trigger. It's like, it almost looked like he was tracking him while blind.
Okay, well, high octane.
Yeah.
And now we settle in. Sin's looking to push up a tunnel as Hex isn't joining him.
Yeah, and with an AWP, double AWP could be rumbled. They're going for mid to B. Okay, nice catch. Just Skulls there, though. Mantling up. Nice fight. Sin with impact. He's doing it all. He's keeping him in it. That flash as well sets up Lake for a frag.
Well,
Try and Vinny, tail between their legs and pivoting.
They can still be blocked. This is all being heard.
Yeah, they know exactly what's up. They don't have the nades to block. They've just got their guns out. Not comfortable by any stretch of the imagination. Pathing into sight, one behind the smoke. Vinny provides the cover. Lake's got Try, completely booked. Didn't expect anyone on the ramp already. There's 2 of them there. Sin throws out a nade, a little bit of damage, but it's Vinny in the clutch. A tap to the first, mantles up, catches the second, but the defuse comes through. Perfect distraction, good destruction. Vinny with 3.
Okay. Vinny making the best out of a bad situation there. Sin, again, back-to-back rounds where he's found some huge damage, this time on the AWP, the unlikely weapon.
In the 4v5 as well, stays in front of the smoke.
And they are lucky that they won the eco, right? Because losing everybody in that situation but winning the round means that the financial woes don't immediately come into
Maybe that was
fruition.
The kind of mindset behind the risky double AWP investment. Feeling like you had another second bite of the cherry. Slank still maintains his primary AD.
E aí, galera, tá pesado, hein? Como é que vocês estão aí? Estão curtindo? Muita coisa, né, meu?
So not a full buy from Imperial.
Threatening though, incredibly.
Oh, for sure. Remember their T-half on Mirage? Every round they had something. There was a hero AK for trial, there's upgrades to be able to do execute, so they had a lot of chances.
How quickly do they go? They've had some pace to some of these punchy short pops.
I think they want to fight short. They don't have anybody long at all. Lake might jump up. Yeah, I think they really want to biff this.
Okay, so you smoke it. As they throw the wall, that kind of isolates Vinny from the pack. Cello is in front of this.
This is risky.
It's very risky up against Tech9. Slacks could just get sidelined by this. Cello and Swisher are side by side.
Lake got a turn.
Oh, Lake's not ready for that. Grabs the M4 and an immediate trade from Swisher, and he dips behind the smoke. There's a lot more where that came from. Backs a turn, though. Your B duo stays active. Vinny holds the line for one. Hits the headshot necessary. Good nade, good connection.
You know where Skulls is.
And you know where he's going to be.
Immediately.
Looking at Sin immediately turn his attention to that B-side smoke. Around the doors, bad timing on his mantle up. Doesn't look like it's going to cost them, but with 30 seconds, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Swisher CT, Slanks posted for the bomb retrieval. He heard that dismount, so he knows where one of you are. You overstepped the mark. You Slanks into an awkward one. Okay, holds the line. And an 8th round comes through for M80.
It's a great CT side.
It is.
They are really running away with this right now, giving a taste of their own medicine from that first map. So this pick coming back to potentially bite Imperial in the arse. Overpass was an option, a map that they have a 73% win rate in the last 3 months. Now, almost all of that is domestic opponents like Sharks or Fluxo, MIBR, Keyed Stars, if we're going to get real retro with things.
Yeah.
But M80 0-4 in their Overpass outings with losses to NRG, Furia, Heroic, and OG. So maybe in that situation, it's the respect of the opponents that M80 were taking on and losing to. And knowing that, oh, that's the obvious choice. They're just going to full prep for Overpass all night, and then you bring in Dust too. So, with the potential and the veto to try and catch them off guard, they are going to need to salvage this half, the Brazilians. So remember, that was a partial buy. They are able to get the guns again. Just spotty rounds, nothing consecutive.
Same play again, this time no luck from no ways or push long.
Yeah, wow, such a map that is influenced by spawns and what you can call and what type of picks your AWP can go for.
Talking of picks, Slacks is being really stubborn about this.
Well, he has support. Sin's close mid doors, Lake on shore.
Okay. So continues to try and sweep through middle, no one there.
Well, you've been talking about them getting short control. Bosh.
Oh, not this time, you won't. Yeah. Gets caught out on towards the top of mid.
We've only seen him go for about 2 aggressive short plays. One was the boost towards lower where he tagged Cello but not the frag. This time he's actually stayed stubborn, and you can't execute in towards A if you can't get the space.
Tough one for Try. T-side's not been going to plan. I think his grand total of 8 T-side frags across the 2 maps so far.
Tough. He's going to have to do his best work on that CT side, isn't he?
Has been already. You'll see what happens when we swap sides, but you need a couple more rounds to feel like you can play the second half of this map. Locked on B, Incendiary long, Swisher, he's going to start to probe, but he's held by Vinny. Good catch.
But it's Vinny, right? It's not no way.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
Sin and Hex were in strong positions on B, and they're blocking each other at the doors right now.
Because they're thinking nameplate Counter-Strike.
Oh dear.
It might be long-centric, but
they could fumble this one.
Yeah, they really could. This B site is so vulnerable, so susceptible. Sin now does tuck in just in time. Hex will arrive just in the doors. He's going to be completely owned by Cello. Needs more. Nade hurts, 50 damage. He's in trouble. Trying to buy time just by virtue of survival. Another kill would be huge. Low HP on that player. Cello, doesn't matter, still nails it.
Makes it quick.
No way planting. Covered by the low HP.
Oh, no,
what? The 9 on 3 seconds. Lake pushing the window. Outrageous scenes. I can't quite believe that. I thought the cover would be there. I think that little bit of low HP from Cello maybe had him cagey, maybe didn't have him on the line so active.
How good was that flash as well? You know, it's tough when we're on the POV and Lake in that situation, but that is beautiful work right there. They have to punch in the digits. The time is against them. That's the opening kill. Vinny gets the one back at long. They breach into B. It's an awkward setup. Sin does well to get one. Flash comes over and able to pip them at the post. Massive buzzer beater, 4-9.
Holy. Wow. Slags gets the flash assist MVP as well. Swisher playing a very dynamic and dangerous game towards the long doors. Hasn't been able to catch too much early with the damage. That's a solid connection though. Cello softened up for the M4s.
I think 10-2 is too far back.
Yeah, might be, I think, a necessary third here. Ooh, not looking great though. You've lost No Way early and he had company. Try was spotted as well. Wrapping into Slacks, he still manages to track, and there's Swisher with the chip in, falling apart for Imperial. Their map pick. Slacks down. Try loses a lot of life. I think the leg shot was connected. Swisher will just finish what he started. And a 3-on-1 for Vinny on the long side. Hex is going to lock the door behind him. Sin and Swish are partnered up on the site. And they'll swing, they'll nail it, and M80 have a 10 rounds to 2 lead. This one looking like a third map written all over it.
Yeah, the pistols, the conversions, making light work of that first half. Imperial, the map choice of Dust too. Maybe this one will be haunting you tonight.
Galera, é isso. Obrigado vocês que ficaram comigo até aqui. Essa foi a transmissão de hoje. Mais tarde eu volto jogando aí com vocês The Last of Us ou Metal Gear. Eu vou escolher um dos dois, ou até mesmo Counter Strike, tá bom? Vai depender aí do ânimo. Beleza? Muito obrigado. Até mais.